royalties.
We might actually lose you guys again. So if that's the case, we apologize. But you know, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the podcast. And if it messes up, then we're going to have to dip, guys.
Fuck you.
Yeah, basically. We'll be back next week.
And here we go.
Yeah, stay on this. Yo, and hello and welcome to the 210th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are now streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, your mom's TV. We're on everything. So you'll find us. Just look for us at GameSpeak Podcast. Anyways, so this show is two childhood BFFs and one adopted adult BFF, not child.
One adopted adult
child BF. So and we're bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at GameSpeakPodcast.com, where we need you to subscribe to our official newsletter so we can make sure you never miss an episode. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeakPodcast to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Jafra, alongside Brent Beelzebub Bass.
Oh, and over here, you guys can see him now. It's Devin Dingleberry Bear.
Devin.
Thanks, Brent.
Devin the worst.
Sorry.
I like that.
I've been having to get hazed by Jamel's little name for me for like months, so I'm passing it forward. I'm paying it forward.
It's been like 4 years.
You know,
it's only fair. I got to do.
It feels like months though. It doesn't feel like we're on episode 210 right now.
No, it doesn't.
Isn't that crazy?
That is wild.
We are just up there in podcast stage. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so Brent, what'd you do this week? You do anything interesting?
I did. No, not really. I watched that new Eric Andre movie. Did y'all see that on Netflix?
I was gonna write that down, and I forgot. Bad Trip.
Yeah, I almost didn't watch it because the first scene is like so poorly shot. You know, I was like, okay, this is gonna suck ass.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? Like, I gave it a little bit, and after like 20 minutes, it's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time.
Oh, absolutely! It's like they somehow it's like Borat almost, like they threaded a story through
kinda, you know.
Yeah, it's just a prank movie. Like they basically set it up where he's like there's like one part, the very beginning, where he's just like working at a car wash or whatever, and he just like there's a guy that has no idea, he's not clued in on the situation, and like he's like, man, you see that girl that came up here? He's like, I used to just crush on her so hard in high school, you know. And then he's like, you think I should talk to her? He's like, yeah, man, you should go talk to her or whatever. And then he like goes, he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna finish cleaning out your car. And like he's like, can you hit that button? And then the vacuum cleaner like pulls his clothes off, and he's just like butt naked. It's like, it's pretty good. Like
all the actors in that movie were really fucking good. Like the sister who was like out to kill him the whole time was fucking hilarious.
She's a rapper. I forget
really?
who that is. Yeah,
she was good, dude. Like her fucking little character was so funny, dude. Like, and like when she was in that diner, like shaking everybody down, shooting the staple gun off in the air, and
then that lady was like, "Go get him!
Go get him!"
Like she was.
I almost called you.
Like she was down for her to kill them,
dude.
Like,
for real.
What?
I didn't even know he put out a movie.
It's so funny,
dude.
It's
on, what is it?
It's on Netflix. It's like the #1 Netflix movie right now or something.
Yeah,
like
it's called Bad Trip. It's really good, especially if you like Jackass type stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I love Eric Andre.
Yeah. It's like his
show is fucking
It's
amazing.
like his show, The Movie. You know what I mean? Like,
but like his best friend is literally just like Hannibal Buress, but not Hannibal.
You could tell it's like he wrote that part for Hannibal, but like Hannibal had other shit to do or something.
Yeah.
So he's like,
it's like a knockoff Hannibal Buress. And
That guy's great too, though.
Yeah, he was good.
He was so funny, man. Like,
there's like a part where where they're like trying to pretend like they're gonna fight because there's like the climax of the movie, and like there's this guy who's just like, he's like, no man, you guys are brothers, you got to come together, and they're just like, no, we're trying to make some drama here, and this guy's like trying to stop him the whole time.
I like the part where he's doing like the dream sequences, and he's like at the wedding, and he's like, you may kiss the bride, and then he's like, now you may kiss me. He like starts making out with the priest, and everybody's like, what the fuck? Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah, by the way, yeah, Eric Andre is definitely the funniest dude. His talk show is stupid.
Bird up.
Hey, speaking, what's up, guys in the chat? By the way, if you hear any weird technical issues, let us know. We're kind of sorting through some things, but as you can see, we're
alive.
stepping it up to the next level over here. We got Devin. We actually have a face for Devin. We bought him a brand new face for this episode.
Yeah,
so,
we actually put it on there with staples.
Obviously, they didn't have
before.
much money, but
yeah.
Yeah, we got what we paid for, and we didn't pay much. So, no,
we spent all our money on Devin's headphones and not enough on his actual head.
Yeah. But yeah, so I also found out that the Workaholics guys have a podcast that I've been listening to. It's
all
cool.
of them?
Yeah, like it's literally all of them. Like even Kyle, like like
the weed guy.
The weed guy.
Yeah.
Like I guess
he was like a producer on that show on Workaholics.
Damn, it's all right, Devin. The chat was like, I can tell. This is like, ooh. Yeah, no, but yeah, they're like all best friends in real life, and they have this podcast though called "This Is Important."
Dude, we should start a podcast.
No,
I'm just kidding.
wait a minute.
But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty great. If you want something funny to listen to, it's pretty recent too. So they only have like 30 episodes so far. Fucking noobs. But anyways, Devin, what you been up to?
I had actually a pretty eventful week. I was just watching different things throughout the week. I watched a little bit more of the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, that's what I was trying to remember. Okay, the other night I was sitting there and I was like, "What's that show they told me to watch?"
You
I was
can
like,
text us. We'll tell you.
It was like 2 a.m.
Don't text me. No, don't talk to me.
I watched. There was an interest. So it's a cartoon that just came out on Prime called Invincible.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all
Isn't
see
it like
anything
in the
about that?
Marvel universe or something? Or?
No, it's not in any.
Okay.
It's not DC, Marvel, but it is like a superhero, and you're like, oh, okay. This is a pretty normal superhero cartoon, and then it takes a turn, and it's a very.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was.
Is it like a
enjoyed
serious show or like a funny show or like?
It's like a mix, but it's more like it's like an adult superhero cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like adult superhero stuff. Like I was really into that one show that was popular for a while.
The Boys.
The Boys. Yeah,
Yes.
I like the boys.
Yeah.
So.
Then yeah, definitely give it a check it out. It's a pretty neat little story, and I binged all 3 episodes in a row. So.
Oh, there's only 3?
Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing
like
episode
weekly.
by
That's
episode.
bullshit. Yeah, Friday.
Wow.
I'll check it out.
That's what I was hoping would go away with like streaming, options. It's like, why are you putting it out weekly?
Well,
Because they want you to keep paying for it weekly. That's what, that's one thing I hate about Disney and stuff and, like, Hulu. It's like, at least Netflix puts out the entire season
all at
Just
once.
Boom,
I feel like Netflix is, like, top dog anyways. Like
Netflix has it down to an art, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they drop everything at once. They've got tons of original shit. That's one of the things Netflix has going for it. And, like, it's also just, like, a better platform. Like, when you're trying to watch something, it doesn't glitch up as much as other, like, Hulu and shit, at least in my experience, you know?
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues with HBO. HBO's
Oh,
pretty
You
HBO
probably
is
shouldn't
nice.
have any issues with anything with your fucking internet. Like,
Yeah, that's what we need to do. We got to get some Google Fiber up in this.
Dude, Funimation's video app and everything is absolute trash.
really?
Like, it is the worst fucking video app I've ever used.
Man, I almost paid for a trial of that the other day. Or not paid for a trial, but, I almost
Got a
paid
free
for
trial.
a
I
month.
almost paid for a try.
Well,
Damn,
me.
bro.
I always forget about my trial and end up
That's
paying
what happens
for the
when you get
first
that
month,
stimmy,
know what I mean?
dude. You start paying for free trials and stuff.
Just throwing money everywhere.
But yeah,
I also watched the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that was out.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes.
Is
for
it
that now.
good?
It's pretty good. It looks just like a Marvel movie.
What is VIV? Use VIV.
VRV.
VRV. What is that?
I don't know.
What,
It's a streaming platform. I think.
I've never heard of that. That
Verve?
It's like
Verve.
what is that? An anime streaming platform? Or
maybe I
am
don't
I
know.
talking out my ass? I'm the Google guy.
No, it's fine. Yeah, but oh wait, there it is. Most of all, the stuff on. Wait, what does he say?
Dunk? What is Dunk?
Most of the stuff on Dunk. I'm
If something's on Dunk, it's like it dunks on everything else.
Oh,
you know?
okay, all right.
That's
I
what
like
I'm
that.
thinking.
That's
you know?
instead of Funimation.
See, yeah,
okay.
VRV is anime.
Yeah, sorry, not Dunk. I think he was going for Dank.
Oh. I just made something up there. I'm gonna start saying stuff is on Dunk because that sounds
That's
dope.
on Dunk.
That's on Dunk.
That's on Dunk, bro. You've just created the ultimate slang.
so yeah, I also watched Falcon and Winter Soldier. Pretty good. Looks like a Marvel movie, very high budget. But my most interesting thing I did, I wandered downtown Houston from like 9 in the afternoon until like 4 in the morning with a buddy of mine. He lives like in this fancy ass high rise apartment.
Oh, you see some
Nice.
shit?
We were like,
Yeah, you get robbed.
I almost drove a scooter through a pile of homeless shit. That was
That's
was
always
interesting.
Homeless shit?
Like the actual
Like
homeless-
actual feces?
homeless person shit on the sidewalk.
You
Like,
know,
oh, goodness.
Yeah.
I went to that Body World I told you guys about like last week in Houston. I've never seen so many like tents. Like the funniest thing, dude, right in between, like off the side of the highway, between like a Popeyes and a it was like a McDonald's or something, right in the middle, just a giant tent and some dude living in it.
Where
Like,
do you think he gets the bodies, bro?
wait, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? But see, my thing about
taking homeless people for the exhibit.
for Body
Oh
World.
my
No,
God.
but I was just thinking, I was like, dude, it's like they ask you, it's like, oh, what's your address? And it's just like, oh, I live over, here, and it's like, oh, that's by the McDonald's. It's like, yeah, I live right by the McDonald's, dude. They show up and you're just in that tent right in between.
I don't think he's getting mail.
No, that tent life is real in Houston.
It really is.
But yeah, we were like his girlfriend was out of town. I didn't have anything to do for the weekend. He was like, dude, just come down to Houston. And it was like, we'll do whatever. And we were literally like two big kids just wandering around Houston doing whatever the hell. And we went to the bars later in the night, and we wandered. We were just bar hopping because this is the first time I've really been through downtown like this.
Yeah.
And we wandered into this one bar. We weren't even sure what it was when we saw the front of it. It had like it looked like a thrift store, and there was no sign. There was just an open sign that was lit up, and it was pretty dimly lit in there. And we looked at each other and we're like, the fuck is this? And so we walk in, and it's just it's a bar, but it has so much just random shit all throughout it. It looked like just shit that this family has been collecting for like 50 odd years. Or
So
something.
it's like a bar owned by hoarders.
Yes, that is a very good, but it was cool, and it was really, really weird. There's so much more to it to explain, but it was like, I felt like we just stepped out into like a blip in reality, and is how weird this bar. And there was like it was just the owner and like two other people in there, whereas all the other bars were packed, and there's a shit ton of people. And I was just like, are we still like in the same realm?
That's awesome.
But the owner and the bartender, he's like this older fella. The bar's been there 25 years. Super cool, super nice. And there was just a whole lot more of this. He owned the building and everything. And like, there's like multiple levels to this place and shit with just more random shit and a couple themes here and there. And it was the weirdest but coolest experience I've ever.
Was there like
had
lots
in a
of people
while.
there?
No. There was two outside or two like non-regulars there, and then they left shortly after we got there, and then there was one regular there. The regular and the owner didn't look like they were from this era. Like
Like steampunk? I'm hoping steampunk.
no, one was dressed like late 70s probably,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the owner was dressed like like some other time period.
I was
and-
really hoping for steampunk.
Yeah.
No.
They have like
just-
goggles.
That's what I'm saying. You
Top
like
hats
walk
and
in, they
shit.
got top hats. He's like, like pouring you a beer or whatever, and it's just like a
Through some whimsical fucking steampunk device.
yeah,
just
like it's all brass and shit, and then like steam just flies out, and it's like that's gonna be a hot ass beer, bro.
He's like standing on the other end of the store pumping, and it's got all the beers going through like tubes and shit, and pouring into glasses, and like
I took some Snapchats of it, and I wish I would have saved them, but I didn't. I'm gonna have. We'll go back there one
that's
day.
the point of a
and-
Snapchat. Why are you gonna save a Snapchat?
Well, like on my story or some shit.
You snap it and then it's gone.
Thanks,
You
Joel.
know,
I was not aware how to use.
let me tell you about Snapchat.
back in my day, you snapped a snap and it went away.
Yeah, you snap a snap and the snap's gone in a snap in a jiffy. You know what I'm saying?
But,
No.
but yes, and that was my weekend.
Sounds awesome,
Wow,
man.
that sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it was a very good time. Oh, went to a really good brewery too. The following day is Urban South. They make these beers that they make a lot of sours, and they also make some stouts and regular beers. But their main thing is these crazy ass sours, which is like a fruit beer. And
I was about to say, I don't think I've ever had a sour beer. I'm imagining like a Jolly Rancher or something.
Steampunk microbrewery. I'm sure it does.
That would be really cool.
Or at least a distillery for sure, because I mean that's basically steampunk. But
yeah, I think if I ever opened anything, it would be steampunk themed. I don't care what it was. If it was a restaurant, it'd be steampunk. If it was like a card shop, like it's gonna be
just
steampunk.
open a computer repair shop. And
It'd be steampunk.
Turn everybody's computers steampunk.
Dude, it'd be tight.
just can't even run Windows 8 anymore.
Steam powered
look at the
computers.
Dude,
steam,
my
dog.
computer.
It's steam cooled.
Yeah, dude. Steam cooled. Just put some ice on that bitch.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, so let's get into the video games, guys. Let's get real into the nitty gritty.
Sorry, I had a lot.
No, you're good. No, I know we could talk for years. That's how we do it here. But I know the people are probably like, damn, want some video games.
Get to the fucking topic.
But just so you guys know, we're using articles from gaming news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of these articles as our own. We're just bringing them all here and to you, so you can have them all in one place. But let's start it off with some news that is probably not the greatest, but it's not that unexpected. Apparently, Cyberpunk 2077 multiplayer is being reconsidered and possibly delayed or canceled. Yeah, so Cyberpunk 2077 was supposed to get a multiplayer mode at some point, though at most recent check-in, likely not until 2022 or beyond. But now, it's possible we may not see this mode at all, or at least CD Projekt is being a bit cagey about how or when it might be implemented in the future. In a strategy update from CD Projekt Red today, President Adam Kaczynski said the studio was adjusting its strategy around online experiences in its games, saying it was focusing on bringing online into all its franchises one day and working on an online technology that can be integrated into all its games. But he continued, that means a change of some sort to how Cyberpunk 2077's planned multiplayer mode might be implemented, as Kaczynski put it. Previously, we hinted that our next AAA would be a multiplayer Cyberpunk game, but we have decided to reconsider this plan, given our new, more systemic and agile approach. Instead of primarily focusing on one big online experience or game, we are focusing on bringing online into all of our franchises someday. Okay, so that's basically what they're saying.
That's interesting.
So what do you?
That's a big way to go around saying, yeah, we're just not going to do the multiplayer for this game.
If they were to do multiplayer, how do you think they would do it?
If you're going by what that guy was just saying, it's probably going to take the map and somehow implement multiplayer just over the existing map, like Grand Theft Auto.
GTA.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's talking, it's like he's trying to make it sound like they're going to do it for The Witcher or something too. You know what I mean? But it's like,
or all future franchises.
To be honest with you, I don't really care about multiplayer, and I know a lot of people do, so I'm not trying to like downplay the seriousness of this or anything, you know what I mean? But for me, I would rather them work on adding DLC or something into like the normal game, because like The Witcher had some of the best DLC of like all time. Like fucking Blood and Wine was so good. Fucking The Hearts of Stone was like a masterpiece. If you could just give me 2 like Witcher 3 quality DLC packs for fucking Cyberpunk instead of make a fucking multiplayer game, I would be way happier about that. But I
think that's probably what's going to end up happening now that they're not going to do the multiplayer. I think they want to a lot more time to fixing the game, because it's like, why make multiplayer for a game that's not even good at the moment? Like, I don't mean good as in a good game.
I know what you mean.
Like, not even
functional.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Especially on console.
Well, and I saw something that they're lining up for DLC sooner than expected. There was something.
Yeah, they said sooner than later.
Sooner than the next gen Series X patch. They're planning to do the DLC before they get the next gen patches out.
I don't believe that.
That's what I heard.
No, I know. I'm saying I don't believe them.
No, I don't necessarily believe them either. I think that it would make more sense to focus on the next gen patch. You know what I mean?
Maybe JAMAL wouldn't hate Cyberpunk if it were multiplayer. No, I'll just always hate Cyberpunk. I don't hate it. Like, the game was fun, but I was part of the train that was super hyped, and then whenever my hopes are so high and then it's just like not that great and I don't even care to finish it, it's just kind of like
Leaves a bad
it
taste.
leaves a bad taste. It's not that I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm just not about it.
Speaking
Completely
of
understand.
Cyberpunk, since we're on the topic, we might as well go ahead and mention that they just dropped the 1.2 patch.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was it had like 500 plus bug fixes or some shit like that.
We're not going to go through all of those, but
No, there's tons of them. But frankly, like, spoiler alert, I'll just go ahead and give you guys my opinion because I played a little bit of Cyberpunk just to test it out. First of all, the update was like 30 gigabytes.
holy crap.
I haven't noticed that much of a difference. I really haven't. And honestly, I've actually had more bugs since the update.
That's typically how it goes, though. They'll have to patch it and shit.
Yeah, I think so. I will say this, though. I have noticed that, like, I had a weird texture pop-in issue that I don't have anymore that I'm like, thank God,
Yeah.
And I did go through the patch notes, and they fixed the thing where Huangbo's follow me around. So I'm actually going to kind of miss Huangbo.
Yeah, I was
dude.
about to say, that's
he
kinda
kind of got to
sad.
be my homie, Like, we went through so much together,
You
you know?
started to worry about him if he didn't show up.
He was like the last scene of the game. Huangbo's like running in the room and shit.
In the credits, he's dancing to the
Right?
music. It's like-
So,
No, I didn't have many bugs with it, so I'm afraid if I go back and play it now with the patch, it's just going to be like buggy as hell for me now.
Well, see, like, okay, I played for maybe an hour or two last night, and my biggest issue was, like, there's a spot in the beginning where it's supposed to give you, like, a tutorial prompt on how to, like, hack doors, but it doesn't give you that prompt, so you're just standing there, like, not knowing how to fucking hack this door, and it's like, I played through the game. I've got, like, 100 hours invested in this game. I completely forgot how to hack doors, you know what I mean? Or that's what I was supposed to do,
Yeah. It's a weird thing going back to Cyberpunk. I feel like I'm going to do it eventually, one of these days.
You should just wait for the fucking...
The patch,
the
yeah.
patch,
I'm waiting for a couple more patches.
Yeah.
honestly.
7 more at least. No, but
All the patches.
Honestly, I just want new content because, like, I've drained the blood out of that game. I've played like most of the missions in the whole game. I'm pretty sure. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. So Jordan Alleman at IGN, it says Bankrupt Games, developer of the popular PC VR multiplayer shooter Pavlov VR, has revealed that the game is coming to Oculus Quest and PSVR 2. That makes it among the first games confirmed for Sony's VR headset. The news was revealed on Twitter by Bankrupt CEO Dave DeVevels. CEO DeVevels. Okay. Dave Vills. My bad. It was all together. It was one word.
Devils.
Yeah, the Quest/PSVR version of Pavlov will be called Pavlov Shack and will cost $24 on the Oculus Store as well as other platforms when it launches. The game will appear on Oculus App Lab first and continue development as a free game ahead of a final Oculus Store launch. Dave Vills also said that Bankrupt Games got accepted as a partner with PlayStation recently, and in a reply to a fan clarified that the game will come to PSVR 2 as PSVR 1 doesn't have the fidelity for Pavlov.
No.
The Pavlov Shack versions of the game will also feature crossplay with one another, but not with the current PC version of the game.
okay, first of all, that's totally bullshit because fucking Firewall 0 Hour looks 20 times better than fucking Pavlov, and it's a fucking PlayStation exclusive game.
Look,
So
man, he
go
wanted
fuck yourself, Pavlov guy.
he wanted to throw some shade. Let
But
him throw his
also-
shade.
Also, I'll say this: it's weird that you would do Pavlov Shack for PSVR 2 instead of just normal Pavlov, because the system requirements for normal Pavlov on PC are like nothing close to the
Shack.
No, I mean the PlayStation 5
5
should have no
Oh.
problem running Pavlov, like the normal Pavlov game in all of its entirety. I
Yeah.
get it with Quest, you know what I mean? 'Cause
Maybe
it's
that's why.
But like, you should be able to put real Pavlov on PSVR 2. Like, you just should.
Well,
you know what I mean?
it might have something to do with not like the game itself. Like maybe getting it ported over, like the coding or something, it would make it harder or something. I don't know.
Maybe, but I just feel like you definitely have the computing power and then some to play the normal game.
Yeah,
on it. You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? And Pavlov Shack is the same game, just with shittier graphics.
With Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
no scopes.
No scopes. But
That's all I hear when I keep reading the Shack. I'm just like Pavlov featuring Shaquille O'Neal, the Shack version. But yeah, so yeah, that's cool. We got our first PSVR 2 game announcement.
Kind of underwhelming. You know, like I really am weirded out that they're doing Pavlov's Shack for PSVR 2. Like, it bothers me a lot.
Maybe the headset can't handle it.
Oh, the headset can handle it. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
The headset doesn't even matter. It's all about the you know,
The
console.
system. Yeah.
I have no experience with the PlayStation VR, so I have no say in this.
It's pretty cool.
My
Anyways.
thought is, like, why would you... I think they're going to put it on PSVR 1. I think despite what he just said, they wouldn't do the Shack version unless they intended for it to be playable on PSVR 1.
I bet you're right.
That's my theory.
No.
Anyways.
Yeah. What you got?
Okay. Ratchet & Clank 2016 is the latest game to receive an update for PS5. A tweet from the official Insomniac Games Twitter account announced that the PS4 remake of the first game in the series will be updated for PS5, targeting 60 frames per second for performance. According to the tweet, that PS5 update will come in April. Additionally, Ratchet & Clank 2016 is free to own as part of Sony's Play at Home campaign through March 31st. So
Nice.
That's tomorrow. So
Yeah.
get it right now.
Go get it, boys. So Niantic founder and CEO John Hank shared a small teaser of what looks to be a pair of AR or XR glasses from Niantic. The Pokemon Go developer has been looking into AR heavily, and this could be the next step for Niantic games beyond just the smartphone. In a short tweet, Hank says progress is being made on, quote, new kinds of devices, end quote, that leverage Niantic's AR platform. He also shared an image of the stem of what appears to be glasses with some kind of strap with the Niantic logo. The glasses stem is also thicker and appears to feature some kind of speaker, possibly. Niantic's interest in AR glasses technology goes a long way back. In 2019, Niantic announced a collaboration with Qualcomm on an XR platform that combines XR, 5G, and AI along with Niantic's AR platform.
Sound like they're going to be expensive as fuck.
Well, the glasses look tight because they just look like black rimmed, like, you know, just like reading glasses. And then they're just, but apparently you put them on and you're going to go outside and you'll just see Pokemon just like walking around and shit. It'll be tight.
Dude, these are gonna be
better attempt at a Google Glass.
Well, this is going to be the new thing because somebody's working on that also. Facebook is working on the similar thing. They're partnering with Ray-Bans to make Ray-Bans like that right now.
It's going to be dope, man.
Yeah.
I can't
so
wait.
This is the future, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think pretty soon we're going to be wearing those bitches while we drive and seeing like arrows on the road guiding us where to go and stuff.
Like Need
you
for
know?
Speed and
I
shit.
won't be happy until we can read power levels.
Oh, yeah.
Get a scouter.
Dude, that's going to be tight. Like,
It's over
you just like look at someone and you can just see their muscular build, like how much lean muscle they have and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm not fighting that
Before
guy.
the UFC fights, it's just like shows their power level and
Yeah.
shit. Like,
and like you can like see like whenever you look at him, it'll be like he has a trained in this type of martial art, like just based on the way he's standing or like like just a random shit. It's like, nah, I'm good, bro.
dude, that's next level.
A lot less fights happening in the future, and a lot more guns. No.
A viewer said we are seeing Sword Art Online becoming a reality.
Oh yeah, dude. I feel like that's the
neural
end
link,
step.
dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're getting that's some Elon Musk
Old
shit.
Elon.
Yeah, as long as someone can feed me while I'm in there, like
Yeah.
I don't know how that'll
Probably
work.
just
but-
hook up to a feeding tube.
Yeah, I was about to say
straight in your
maybe
stomach.
put some food through a tube.
Oh yeah, dude.
Isn't that what they did in the show? They put him in like a hospital bed, right? Like,
Wasn't he in his own bed at home? I thought.
I thought eventually they like had
Oh
him in
yeah,
a room.
they did have to move. Okay, but check it out. Like, imagine you're there, all right, in the game. Every time you eat, it's like on automatic. It sends food into your body,
Just
like
pump
through the
some
tube.
food
Yeah,
paste.
it pumps some of that food
Just
into
get
you.
fat as fuck.
No,
playing
no,
that
no,
game.
Which you only eat when you need to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you don't eat for like health in the game, like.
nah.
Cheese wheel.
Well, it's like in The Matrix, where he's like everything a growing body needs or whatever, and it's
Oh,
got
the
like
mush,
the exact amount of protein and macros and stuff that your body needs, and it pumps into your body.
Yeah, except you would be like
But
the guy
you
in the
taste it.
Matrix eating the steak, like ignorance
Yeah.
is bliss. And,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, The Matrix is so ahead of the game, dude. Anyways, So wait, it's you. What you
Okay,
got?
Sony has quietly killed an old web version of the PlayStation Store that let people buy games on discontinued consoles. This has provoked a backlash from fans who preferred to use the web interface over devices themselves. Back in late 2020, Sony revamped its web and mobile-based PlayStation Store and removed the option to buy PS3, PSP, and VITA games, as well as nuking the wishlist feature. As Eurogamer notes, determined fans were able to buy PS3, PSP, and VITA content and view their wishlist through a region-specific URL. Over the weekend, however, Reset-era users noticed that the URL has stopped working entirely, redirecting instead to the new PlayStation Store, which only allows users to purchase PS4 and PS5 games.
Yeah.
Though users can still buy PS3, Vita, and PSP games on the devices themselves, there's been news recently that this summer that will no longer be the case. So, get them while you can, because pretty soon it's all going bye-bye.
That's pretty bad. I think that's a bad move on their end, like blocking people from entire like
Archives.
generations of games.
Yeah.
Well,
Like-
and keep in mind, this isn't like, if you've bought the game, they're leaving the servers
you
up
could
so
still
you can
access
still download it and stuff. You're not just like losing your games altogether, but you can't
Go back and buy them.
Yeah.
That like officially. You can't you would have to go find them in the wild, and but that's where I think Xbox is doing it right, is like you can buy Xbox games on your Series X. Like, why are they going to block you from buying a PS3 game on your PlayStation 5?
Because they want to revamp the titles and put them out later for more money.
I mean, they're still doing that on Xbox. You can just buy the old one too. You know what I'm saying?
Sony's just never been a real fan of backwards compatibility.
It just makes no sense.
Yeah,
It just it doesn't make sense to me. You're literally, you have a history, and you're trying to keep people from accessing it.
I would be surprised if eventually it's not an option, because like on PlayStation 4 they had a PS2 tab for a while where you could go buy like old PS2 games and stuff. I think it'll come.
Yeah.
I just maybe not right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hopefully so.
Oh,
Hopefully.
that's a big hopefully for me. Fingers crossed.
All right. So we have this here. This is some interesting news. I don't know if this is real news, but this is interesting. Joseph Knoop at IGN says a 28-year-old man has been arrested for allegedly using a rope to descend into a Japanese store and stealing Pokemon cards and cash, according to a report from
What a baller, dude.
Mainichi. It says Tokyo resident Kinsuke Nakanishi is suspected of descending from a 6-story rooftop and into a top-floor store in the Higashi Ikebukuro district around 5 a.m. on March 23rd.
This man is literally living my childhood dreams. Just like Mission Impossible-ing into a fucking Pokemon card store.
A fucking
Yeah.
Pokemon heist. Holy shit.
Nakanishi allegedly made off initially with 1 million yen, which is approximately $9,100 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon cards, as well as 260,000 yen, or $2,370 in cash from the store office. Nakanishi later reportedly told authorities that he committed the act to pay off a debt.
1 million yen is more than $9,000, isn't it?
No, I
Are
don't
you
think.
sure?
I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
Hang on, let me see.
Yeah, you check that out. But and then he says, Ikebukuro police approached Nakanishi as a suspect after he was identified thanks to security camera footage. Evidently, Nakanishi wasn't terribly out of his element during the robbery, reportedly telling police, quote, "I was in the rock climbing club in high school, so I wasn't afraid of heights." Why does he sound like an anime character?
Definitely an anime character.
But what's that say? Gotta get that PSA 10. Yeah, that's I think right now Pokemon cards are hot. You could sell some Pokemon cards for a lot of money.
That
right now.
Charizard's going for what, like over 100K?
It's stupid,
or even
dude.
way higher than that, probably.
Yeah,
Those starter box packs where you get like the box with all the like starter packs in it are like hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, they don't even really have those anymore. Like to like find them just out and people selling them. I feel like people are just holding on to them right now. Because didn't Logan Paul bring in some guy?
Shitload of them.
Yeah, like a bunch of people were buying them and opening it, like famous rich people.
Yeah.
$250,000, I believe, for the
Ridiculous.
Charizard. I hope Naruto ran out that bitch. Yeah, well, the problem is like he's in Japan, so he's probably about to get life in prison for that. Like, you don't just get away with shit in Japan like that. That sucks. Yeah, all for
Maybe
Pokemon
the judge
cards.
will see it his way a little bit.
Oh, no.
It's such a Japanese crime, you know what I mean?
They come down so hard on their
Yeah,
criminals.
especially like kids. They're like, wow.
I know they don't
you
like
suck.
drugs down there. I know if you get caught with drugs in Japan, it's like serious business.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
dude. You get caught with like, I'm talking a seed of marijuana. They're going to like kill your family. No, I'm just kidding. No. But they're going to put you in, like, I think you can go to prison for life for like having like a personal amount of weed. Like, it's that serious.
I don't know why, though. I'm also just imagining Japanese jail maybe isn't that bad.
No, nah, dude. Like, think
It's
about
just like Hello Kitty and shit everywhere, you know?
think about how serious they take work over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
I
pride.
doubt it's like that.
Yeah. Nah.
Something's telling me no, Brent.
Yeah. Anyways.
Hey, welcome to jail!
Oh my god.
Everything's just kawaii.
Welcome to jail.
You know.
Brent, you go over there and let us know.
Yeah,
So-
you go steal some Pokemon cards.
Okay. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, launched on PC last week, but as players found out, one accessing the game through the Battle.net launcher, an always online connection is required.
Oh.
Ordinarily, this wouldn't be too much of an issue, as almost every game available on Battle.net requires being permanently tethered to the internet, but frequent login errors that force the game to close during the middle of a challenging level have left
Dang.
players feeling frustrated. Crash Bandicoot 4 is an entirely local game as well, with its only online component being multiplayer leaderboards. As Eurogamer originally reported as well, the game might not even remain playable on PC should Activision decide to shut its servers down. As Activision stated on the game's Battle.net product page, Activision makes no guarantee regarding the availability of these online features and may modify or discontinue these at its own discretion. The news has naturally not been well received by fans, with one Reset-era thread even pointing out that with Crash Bandicoot 4's anti-piracy DRM and online countermeasures having been cracked, pirates get to have a much better experience than consumers. So there you go.
Just be a pirate.
Yeah, just be a pirate. That's the moral of that story.
Yeah.
Would you download a house?
You wouldn't download a car, would you?
Yes, a car. A viewer said, "Have you seen Prison School?" Referring back to Japanese jail.
I'm guessing that's a real anime.
Yes, it's
I'm gonna
odd.
I've got to watch this.
It's odd. I watched the first episode. And I was like, I don't think this is for me.
High School of the Imprisoned. Everything in Japan is like high school something, you know?
Yeah, zombie
high school prison. It's like, what? Anyways, so Rust, the competitive online multiplayer survival game that was first released in early access on PC in 2013, is officially coming to PS4 and Xbox One and PS5 and Xbox Series X and S via backward compatibility on May 21st, 2021. The announcement was revealed alongside a new trailer and a blog post by developer Double 11 that details the differences between Rust Console Edition and Facepunch Studios' PC version. While Rust Console Edition is obviously based on the PC version, it has been, quote, designed and optimized for a completely separate and unique console player experience.
That's
unquote.
scary.
That means it's not going to be good. So it says Double 11 has been in talks with Facepunch since 2016 about the idea of creating this console version, and the teams knew early on that the two games would, quote, need to be in separate universes given that the PC edition can expand as it needed to, and performance would be maintained so long as people continue to upgrade their hardware, while consoles, on the other hand, have finite resources that need to be more closely managed, end quote. Performance was the team's biggest and most demanding challenge, and Double 11 needs to, quote, rip apart and rewrite major engine subsystems within Unity to get it up to standards. Load times were a big issue, and the team explained how initial load times took up to 45 minutes to read and decompress the procedural map and its assets into memory. By implementing a new bootstrap system that would allow for the loading of multiple Unity scenes and asset bundles simultaneously, the game now loads in around 1 minute, give or take.
Great.
So it's going to take you a minute to play this on PS4.
I was about to say, I'm assuming that's for the old consoles. I'm sure it's better on Series X and stuff with the SSDs.
With as much as it sounds like they're putting into it, I've
like,
got a
why
lot
not?
more hope for this console port than fucking PUBG did.
Nah, PUBG was
Blue
was
Hole
bad.
shit the
Yeah.
bed with their console port. Bad.
I think this is going to be just as bad.
Yeah,
I really
definitely.
do. I think this is going to be a mess.
You're not going to have people putting 2,000 hours into the console version of Rust like they did with the, legit one.
Well, Ark was pretty trash whenever it came over to consoles too.
Series
You know what I
S.
mean? Like, I don't know.
Drive by Joe says that damn Series S. I think the weird thing is that they didn't just wait and just put it on the current gen consoles like Series X and Series S and stuff. I think people are forgetting. We keep calling them next gen. This is the current gen now. PS5 and Xbox Series X are current gen.
No,
I think
Jamal.
the problem is most people can't get them. Like
Yeah,
we
yeah.
just can't.
Yeah.
Like
That-
a lot of us have tried.
It's because of that stupid ship in the cargo ship.
In the
I'm
Suez
just saying you're
Canal.
in a very, very fortunate minority of people
Yeah.
that had that could get it. You
Not
know
even
what I mean?
not even that fortunate. All right, bro. I jumped on. I paid $35 to get my Series X, and I paid $35 a month. That's it.
I'm
It's
not
like-
saying fortunate
Oh,
money-wise.
okay.
I'm saying fortunate
No,
in
yeah,
the
like,
respect that you
you
managed to
got-
beat the
Oh, gotcha.
scalpers.
Got a
or-
model. Yeah.
Oh
'cause
yeah, that's because
like-
your boy don't play. All right, when I knew there was new consoles coming, I was on that shit day one.
Bro, I was on that shit. I've been on that shit for months. I've been trying
Yeah,
my
it's-
ass off.
Dude, I mean, you are a rare you're the only friend that I can think of off the top of my head that I know that has a Series X or
Gotcha.
or a PS5. I don't have none of my close friends have PS5s, and
I
they've
think
been
that's
trying to
the
get
other
one
problem.
or the other.
It's like I have a couple friends, like my boy Anthony has a PS5. Aaron Jones has a PS5 and a Series X.
So you guys are the
Wow.
scalpers.
Like, no, you just gotta be on it, bro. You just gotta be watching.
See, I tried.
But see,
My
so-
sister got one the other day. Fucking, I just can't get it, man. I try hard. I'm like the first person.
tried so hard. That's like that song just comes on
I have
every
like
time.
4 different devices all pulling it up at the same time and shit, and I still
Orders
can't
5.
fucking get it.
You got to get your girlfriend to be up on there too, and y'all both be trying to do it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Double team it.
But back on what Brent was saying though, I still call it next gen too, just because like it isn't a normal console right now. It can't be a normal console because people still can't get them. They're
Yeah, it
still
almost feels
very-
mythical
very
to me.
scarce.
You know,
Dri-
like,
Drive by Joe says he paid $700 for a PS5.
and I've thought about that. You know, that's another thing.
I thought
I'm
about it.
serious. I'm not trying to like
Hell
I don't want to discredit Drive By Joe at all because
No.
honestly, like that's real. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
almost have been there myself, you know. But it's like I'm willing to wait for MSRP just because I'm.
You do
content
have a
with my-
PC,
yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
I'm good with my computer right now. But it's
Drive
like,
by Joe, do you have a PC or you just like I need a next gen because I don't have like a PC or anything? Also, somebody put it's because there's a chip shortage. Unfortunately,
Yeah, that's
There's
another
a
one of
lot
our
of
newses in
shortages.
a little bit. Actually, we can talk about that
Yeah.
now if you want. But
Y-
there's the
go
chip
ahead.
shortage is affecting the consoles. It's
iPhones.
affecting iPhones. It's affecting
Graphics
cars, graphics cards. So
yeah, it's pretty insane. Like if it's affecting Apple, like our
it's
video
affecting
games.
like Ford and like
Yeah.
auto manufacturers and stuff. You know
Drive
what
by
I mean?
Joe got all the chips. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. But wait, is it your turn? You got something? Yeah, it's you because we were talking about Rust. You go ahead.
Oh yes, okay. Let's
We got off on a
see.
tangent there.
Yeah, we went for a while on that. That's good though.
We talked about the chip thing. Okay. Retail store GameStop is expanding its product catalog to include PC gaming hardware such as GeForce's RTX 3000 series graphics cards and laptops. GameStop CEO George Sherman said in a Tuesday earnings call that the company is growing its inventory to address consumers' needs. This includes growing our product offerings across PC gaming, computers, monitors, game tables, mobile gaming, and gaming TVs, to name only a few, Sherman said. The company also put out a new ad highlighting various hardware going on sale, including GeForce RTX 3090 GPUs, mini tower cases, and motherboards. Many of the products already appear in the search results on GameStop's website, but some only ship to the U.S., others aren't available, and a few won't arrive until April 16th. Video cards, including NVIDIA's RTX 30 series, have been notoriously difficult to find in stock due to the semiconductor shortage. That's likely to be the case at GameStop. But I think this is a great idea for GameStop, a great direction to head. You know?
Yeah, because if they sold like used video cards and stuff like that, that'd be tight.
Yeah, or imagine taking a stack of games in and trading it in towards a video card or something like that.
You get a whole 15 cents towards it.
Oh, that's a
Or-
that's a potentially really messy market though.
Yeah, it really
if they
is.
If they don't cover their ass on like you need to sign this waiver.
Oh, which I'm sure they will.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
even if we're not doing traded in computer parts, we can still trade things in towards computer parts.
I
you
can't
know?
wait to get that freaking GameStop Pro membership and then like just get all my PC stuff.
But also, if you think about this, like we're in Huntsville, there's no Micro Center, there's no fucking Best Buy, there's no place where you can go buy computer parts.
True.
But there's tons of PC enthusiasts in Huntsville.
Yeah.
It would be nice to have some sort of little computer store where you could go to and like pick you up some RAM or whatever the fuck you need, a new tower, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Drive by Joe says, just console. PC is expensive to get into. I've always avoided. It's actually not that expensive anymore. You paid $700 for a PS5. You could have paid like an extra like $100 and been with a decent PC.
So
Yeah.
for $170, you back during Cyber Week, you could have got a 2060 PC with that. The one that I got actually.
But it is confusing. Like it is confusing going into buying PCs if you don't really know what you're looking at. But if you
Gotta
ever
do a
have any
lot of
questions,
research.
Drive by Joe. We got you.
I
we
mean,
Yeah,
the
reach
consoles-
out to us, man.
If you think about it, though, the consoles are functioning about like at the level of like a 2070 GPU. You know what I mean? So even at $700, you're getting a pretty decent value. Like if you think about it just in terms of like buying a computer versus buying a console that functions the same as a computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. There's pros and cons to everything, But
PC Master Race. No.
so Matt Kim at IGN says Darby McDevitt, the lead writer on Assassin's Creed games like Valhalla, Black Flag, Revelations, and more, has announced that he is leaving Ubisoft after 10 years. McDevitt announced the news on his personal Twitter account. McDevitt hasn't shared plans about his future other than, quote, he has, quote, decided to set forth on a new adventure, end quote. McDevitt is primarily known for his extensive credits on the Assassin's Creed franchise. He served as a scriptwriter on mobile Assassin's Creed games like Discovery on the DS and Bloodlines on the PSP, and is credited as lead writer on the canceled 3DS game Assassin's Creed Lost Legacy as well. He eventually got credits as lead writer on Assassin's Creed Revelations and Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, as well as co-writer on Unity. His final credit on the series is as narrative director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Quote, a special thanks to all the fans and content creators that have supported and expanded on our work over the years, McDevitt writes. Thank you for your kind attention. You have my deepest respect and admiration. It's been an honor, been the honor of a lifetime to get to know so many of you. So, yeah, I don't know if that's good news. Because he's the guy that writes all the stories. But is Assassin's Creed story really that relevant anymore?
Yeah. I mean, it's all that's relevant about it.
Oh, I thought people just like the gameplay, like the open worldness and stuff. I didn't know if people were really into the
No,
stories.
dude, the story's deep. Like, if you're a fan of the series, the story is more relevant now than ever. Like,
Gotcha.
in my opinion. But also, Valhalla wrapped it up pretty nicely for this trilogy. So, I mean, you could start a whole new thing. You don't have to have him...
Somebody said no.
No. But yeah, I just meant like the story of the whole thing about like being a guy in modern time, going back in time, like that.
Yeah, it's incredibly important.
Okay. I just didn't know if they were still doing it. Like I just saw the
that
Valhalla
wouldn't even
trailer.
be Assassin's Creed anymore. If
I
you
was
weren't
just
doing
like,
that.
maybe they're just jumping it. Like they're just like, fuck it, we're just gonna make a Viking game. Like I didn't, I don't know how they get all that stuff to go together.
No, you
now.
switch characters after the third Assassin's Creed game, but it keeps the same thing for all the games.
Yeah, I remember those characters. Like I remember their.
No, I mean like the present day guy you are.
Gotcha.
Like in the first 3 games, you're Desmond. In the 4th game, you're like, I forgot what your name's, like Connor or something like that. I can't remember.
Kenway?
No, because Kenway's the guy you turn into in the past.
Oh,
I'm talking about the modern day people. And then in Origins through Valhalla, you're somebody named Layla Hassan.
Nice.
So, yeah.
But can't you play as a girl or a guy?
No, see, okay.
Okay, so yeah.
I'm talking about the person in the present. Okay.
Oh, okay. So
You know
the
what I
person
mean?
in the present is always either.
Okay, so the first 3 games, the person in the present is a guy named Desmond Miles.
Okay,
Right?
yes.
Regardless, in the first game, Desmond Miles goes back in time and turns into I forgot, not
Altair.
Ezio,
Altair,
Altair,
yeah.
And the second one he turns into Ezio.
Yeah.
And the third one he turns into Kenway, right? Or no, that's
no, it is.
that.
So the third one is Kenway.
Yeah, and then the other Kenway is related to that
Edward
Kenway.
Kenway.
Yeah. So
It's a
fourth,
lot.
the fourth character is like related to the one character, and Desmond and the dude you are in the present in the fourth game are related somehow. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
So
But
does he ever turn it? So he can turn into a female though in the past.
No, so
he can relive the memories of his ancestors,
And then-
some of
Okay.
which are female.
and then in
Gotcha.
Odyssey, what they do is they take DNA off of a spear,
Yeah.
and that's how they go back in time.
Yeah.
It's not someone that's related. Yeah.
So if a mouse goes into a house, does it become a no? It's like if a rat goes in a house, does it become a mouse? Somebody put Brent knows nerd lore. He does. He's into the games that he plays, which is good because we need somebody who's got the history and the knowledge of all the characters and stuff. He's like the lore master of
There's
the
a
podcast.
lot to Assassin's Creed though, so
There's
it's
a
like a
whole
lot. I'm
lot.
probably kind of I'm not the best person on my Assassin's Creed lore, but I definitely know a little bit about it.
Yeah, doing some good work over here. Anyways, what you got?
Okay, Back for Blood has been pushed to October 12th, 2021, a delay of nearly 4 months from its previous
Dang.
date. In a statement, Turtle Rock Studios says it needs more time to make the zombie co-op shooter.
They're like, we don't want to drop another Evolve on you guys.
Right.
I want to act surprised, but
Oh, on the bright side, it will be offering another chance at the beta in the meantime. So
ooh,
keep a
well, that's
lookout
kinda
for
cool.
that.
I would like to get on that.
Yeah.
Nice. So Adam Bankhurst at IGN says Microsoft and Twitch presented the first Twitch gaming showcase ID at Xbox event, and it featured over 20 games, which were Art of the Rally, by Fun Selector Labs Inc., and it's coming to cloud and console. Then there was Astria Ascending, which is coming to cloud and console. Backbone coming to cloud and console. Boyfriend Dungeon, and whenever I say cloud, I mean xCloud.
Did you say Boyfriend Dungeon?
Boyfriend Dungeon.
Come again?
That's coming to console and PC. Then we got
Wow.
Craftopia Pocket Pair coming to Craftopia made by Pocket Pair coming to console and PC. Dead Static Drive, which is coming to console and PC. Edge of Eternity is coming to cloud and console. Hello Neighbor 2 is coming.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, I've heard
I was gonna say I've heard of one of them.
cloud and console. Project Moon is coming to cloud and console. Little Witch in the Woods is coming to cloud and console. Moonglow Bay is coming to cloud and console. Narita Boy by Team 17, at least we got that, is coming to cloud and console.
Yes, those guys.
Nobody Saves the World is coming to cloud and console. Inky Fox is coming to cloud and console. Recompile is coming to cloud, console, and PC. Then we got Snable coming to...
You're just making these up.
like, go, Gadget Dig Spear coming to cloud and console.
What?
That's what somebody posted
Oh.
on.
Yeah,
I
just
thought
make
that
it
was
up.
one of the games for a second. I was like, Go Gadget Dick Spear.
Yeah. But then we got She Dreams Elsewhere coming to console and PC. Stalker 2. This is the
I
only
know
one
that
that
one
matters.
too.
Yeah.
I know that one too.
This is coming to cloud and console. I'm excited for Stalker 2.
Yeah.
Then we got The Ascent coming to cloud, console, and PC. Undungeon coming to cloud, console, and PC. Way to the Woods, cloud and console. The Wild at Heart finally is coming to console. But yeah, so the idea at Xbox is always indie games, so it's not going to be anything that interesting. Besides Stalker 2, that's going to be incredible.
I was about to say that.
I feel like
I've seen some previews for that. It looks pretty good. I need to check out some of these other games because right now it just sounds like a bunch of names. But
yeah,
I'm sure if I saw some pictures or something, like at least one of those would get me hyped up. You know what I mean?
There's no pictures for any of these.
Wait,
No
these-
footage for any of these games.
Have these already been added?
No. I think they're all coming in the future. Stalker 2 is definitely not on there.
Yeah.
But I did watch a video of Stalker 2 where they were showing off the character creator and you can take out each individual tooth. You can just fuck with everything.
Wow.
It looks insane.
I saw some videos where it was just showing landscape from Stalker 2, just panning landscape shots, and it looked beautiful.
It looks so good. But what you got, Brent? Take us to Video Game Town.
Okay. More details have emerged about the new Hitman TV series in the works from John Wick writer Derek Kolstad. And the big takeaway is that Agent 47 will actually have hair on the show. Kolstad, who wrote the first 2 episodes of the prequel show, told Collider that his version of Agent 47 for the TV show is, quote, very much the Hitman we know from the games, except with a full head of hair. Kolstad said Agent 47 will have a full head of hair in the show and that he's independent, which means he might not be working for the ICA from the games.
I don't like that. He cannot have hair.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, if you do have hair, you better make him like shave it off dramatically in the second episode or something.
Or no,
you know
like
what I mean?
on the
Reveal
last
the barcode.
episode of the first season, like whenever he's about to become, Agent
Hitman,
47,
yeah.
he's just like looking in the mirror and just like playing some crazy dramatic rock song
That's
or
what
something.
I'm saying.
And
Well,
then
yeah.
you see the hair hitting the floor, and
So
then
they-
there's Desert Eagles coming up.
But they did say though that he's independent though, so it could be a prequel.
Yeah, I think it's got to be a
Yeah.
prequel for
yeah.
sure.
He's gonna shave his head off. And
I thought
get
he was
the-
born without hair.
I thought they put the barcode on him because he was like raised in like captivity or some shit.
Yeah, he
I don't
was.
even know.
He was,
the
like,
real
adopted
lore
or some
here.
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe he's rogue then.
Mm.
Ooh.
I'll have to check it out. Definitely love Hitman. So
For sure. So apparently 2021's Call of Duty is reportedly called Vanguard and set during World War II. Eurogamer has corroborated elements of a report from Modern Warzone, which arrived earlier this week, claiming that Call of Duty 2021's working title is Call of Duty World War II Vanguard and is being developed by Sledgehammer Games.
Yeah. Okay,
I
so
know, fucking
thought,
Sledgehammer.
I thought Sledgehammer was out of the development loop because if they were to continue on the cycle, it should have been one instead of Cold War.
You're thinking of like Raven, right?
No,
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 okay.
no,
No,
Sledgehammer.
if
Because Sledgehammer, their first one was Advanced Warfare.
I mean, technically, the last person to do a Call of Duty was Treyarch, right?
Yeah,
so
'cause
it
they
should
did
be like Infinity
Cold
Ward
War.
next.
No,
right?
no, no.
Or-
I'm saying before Cold War. So because it was Blackout 4, Infinite Warfare,
Oh,
and
you're
then
right.
Cold War. Yeah, they had Treyarch had a very
But
short
there was
cycle.
World War II also between.
Yeah, they
there
did World War
somewhere.
II.
But that was before. That was
Before-
That was before Black Ops 4, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah,
none
no.
of
Yeah,
this
it doesn't
matters
matter.
because
Well, no, yeah, but I just thought I thought I'd read an article a long time ago that Sledgehammer was out.
I wish Sledgehammer was out.
yeah,
I
me
didn't-
too. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter just because this is going to be bad.
Yeah,
I
that's-
haven't
I'm not-
like I
I'm not
liked
gonna-
World War II the most out of all the Sledgehammer games, like Call of Duty games. You know, I didn't hate Call of Duty World War II. You know, it just was kind of like mediocre to me.
Yeah, it was just
You
like
know what I mean?
a normal World War II shooter.
Yeah.
It was like, all right, cool. You know, like,
Sweet.
we haven't had 400,000 of these. But yeah, apparently Eurogamer says that Activision plans to, quote, stick with the Vanguard subtitle for the final version, but disagrees with Modern Warzone's claim that the game, quote, takes place in an alternate timeline where 1945 wasn't the end of World War II. Instead, they believe Vanguard has a traditional World War II setting. So, you know, it's traditional and boring. But
I feel like alternate timeline would be more fun. I don't know.
Somebody said it's because it went back to the boots on the ground.
That might have been in regards to
The no infinite, no
normal.
jetpacks. It was
Yeah.
the back in the
okay,
day when
okay.
they were doing the double jump thing. Everybody hated that shit.
Also, before that, somebody put Kill Switch Engage ballad definitely for whenever he's
Oh, dude,
shaving his head.
definitely.
Anyways, Brent.
Okay, Overcooked, all you can eat, offers a treat to fans of the
God.
series with a sweet discount
oh, I wish you would stop that.
if you if you own either of the previous games in the series, but only across select platforms and for a limited time. So Destructoid reports that if you own Overcooked or Overcooked 2 digitally on Steam, Xbox One, or Nintendo Switch, you'll get a 15% discount on all you can eat until April 11th. That brings the
Wow.
price down from $40 to $34.
Well, a whole $6.
Well, it's not really the money you're saving. I think it's just the principle of like a loyalty reward program.
Yeah, no,
I think that's
cool.
really cool.
That's
like
cool.
if I bought the UFC game and they gave it to me $6 cheaper because I had the old UFC games, I would be psyched about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're definitely selling to you. No, just kidding. I feel like their ad worked because it was like Brent was like, "Yeah, I'd be in on that." Like,
Well, I just don't like Overcooked. I mean, I like Overcooked. I just don't like it enough to go buy
Overcooked
the
is-
new one. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
especially for $34.
Yeah.
We
Like,
have yours.
I have both of them actually. I have Overcooked 1 and 2. I don't have all the DLC and shit though. So
I feel like Overcooked 1 and 2 aren't different enough for me
No.
to warrant going out and buying 3 because I feel like it's just going to be like
the same
same.
thing. Like they added a little bit. Like in 2, you can throw stuff. And it was like, okay,
Oh.
cool, wow.
Game
I mean,
changer.
but it does change a lot just because that one little mechanic throws everything off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Because they make levels based around throwing shit. So like you'll have somebody on a different platform and you got to throw stuff to them to put into the stove and stuff. It was stupid. Anyways,
A viewer, real quick on that, a viewer said overcooked is the best way to yell at your family.
Right.
yeah, it's actually violent. It's
Best way to
dangerous.
break up with your girlfriend. No.
It's funny. My girlfriend always just like washes the dishes, like, which is fucked up. Like, but that's like her. She likes washing the dishes in the game. I'm like, this is just like.
I thought you meant in real life because she would get so mad at you from Overwatch.
No. I'm talking about like in game,
Or
like
Overcooked.
because like normally we'll like allot somebody like, okay, you go jump on this and I'll jump over here and then we'll make this happen. She's always like, I'm just gonna wash the dishes. So you guys don't yell at me. It's like I'm sorry. No, Jordan Alleman at IGN says Microsoft is reportedly in exclusive talks to acquire Discord, and the deal could be completed as soon as next month. A report from the Wall Street Journal citing, quote, people familiar with the matter, end quote, has backed up a Bloomberg report from earlier this week, which said that Microsoft was in talks to purchase Discord for $10 billion or more, and that Xbox boss Phil Spencer was part of the discussions. So this is a big deal because right now you can't use Discord on any console,
No.
and that's super like.
It'd be
I
huge.
only use Discord for game chat. Like whenever I'm playing like Warzone or anything, I'm on Discord, and it sucks because like if one of my friends playing on console hops on, he has to like use Discord on his phone because we're not using the in-game chat. That shit sucks ass. But for real though, Discord coming to Xbox is going to be a big plus for a lot of people.
So would Discord just like replace the Xbox Game Chat, or would it like
It'd be a
its
third
own
party,
thing?
I think, or not a third party, but I think it'd probably be its own little
an
like.
app.
It'd be an optional thing because not everybody on console has a, has an account. And
But
everything.
But
they'd
everybody
make one.
would if
Well,
they were
yeah.
on
Yeah.
Xbox.
But I
That's
don't
the
think
thing.
it'd be a forced thing.
No.
I think
Well, you
it'd be-
could
yeah.
though. Like you could just attach it to people's Xbox account. It wouldn't be any different than like a normal.
He's right. They
Party
probably
thing,
will do
you
that.
know what
They'll
I mean?
probably take out the Xbox chat and just make it Discord. So like you'll just be able to hop on your chat, and all your friends in Discord will be available in your Xbox,
I
chat.
could see Microsoft doing this to form solidarity between the Xbox Game Pass on PC and the Xbox Game
Yep.
Pass on, you know what I mean,
Dude, I'm so-
consoles. You know what I mean?
They're thinking, bro. I didn't know that they had $10 more billion. Like they just
Yeah, I was like, where'd they get that other $10 billion?
they just dropped $7 billion on fucking Bethesda. They weren't playing when they said they had money for more shit.
Bethesda's probably sitting there like, fuck, man, we're worth more than Discord.
Nah, because Discord's like a worldwide thing. Like Bethesda's kind of like they're big, but it's not like everybody has to have a chat or a way to talk to people.
Yeah.
Like people literally only hang out with their friends in Discord sometimes. Like that's a way people
Yeah,
communicate
that's
now.
true.
But anyways, I'm excited for that. That's good on Xbox. Brent, what you got? What you got over there?
Okay, let's see. A crossover between Rainbow Six Siege and Resident Evil is now live in Ubisoft's ongoing shooter, with Jill Valentine available in the game via a skin for Zofia.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The
I was
skin-
getting excited.
That's pretty much all there is to it, but it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. You can run around as Jill, kill
Yeah.
people.
Sure,
Cool.
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah.
If you want zombies and fucking what's that game? Rainbow Six. Then you got that other game coming pretty soon. Quarantine. It's not called Quarantine anymore. They changed the name for
Yeah, because they don't want to
quarantine
offend
reasons.
the world. Who are they going to offend with that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All the people in quarantine, like
Yeah.
fuck.
Get in your valuable corner, Bethesda. Okay. So this is I think has something to do with this as well. But apparently you will no longer need Xbox Live Gold to access party chat looking for groups and free-to-play multiplayer features on Xbox. The news was revealed by Xbox Preview Program developer Brad Rossetti on Twitter. Quote, multiplayer in free-to-play games looking for groups and party chat on Xbox no longer requires an Xbox Live Gold membership, which they should have done this a long time ago. But I also think that them making party chat free is going to be something to do with Discord as well, you know. But the changes are being debuted to Xbox insiders in the alpha skip ahead and alpha programs at the moment ahead of general availability. This means that when the update comes to all Xbox users, players will no longer need an Xbox Live Gold subscription to create a party chat with their friends, look for a multiplayer group, or play free-to-play games like Apex Legends and all that stuff. So
That's really cool. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think, and this is just my opinion, I think Xbox should do away with Xbox Live Gold altogether.
they did. They changed the name.
No, I mean
okay.
like completely do away with having to pay for a subscription to play online. Like I think I know it sounds like a crazy thing, but you could focus all your energy on the
Game
Pass subscription. For
Which I
right
think
now, you're trying to sell us 2 subscriptions, which is kind of a little overwhelming as a gamer. And you know what I mean?
That's not true though, because if you buy Xbox or if you buy Game Pass Ultimate it
it's
comes
included.
with it. Yeah.
Right. And I think that's how it should be. I think they should only sell one subscription, and it should just be called Xbox whatever, you know, and like it should include like, you know, what we know as Xbox Live. But also, I just think Xbox Live shouldn't exist. Like, if you don't have Game Pass or whatever, and you purchased a game that you can play online, you should just be able to play it. It would give them a one-up over Sony, you know what I mean? And it would, like, you're still selling subscriptions because all these people are going to want to buy Game Pass. I don't know. I just think you wouldn't lose as much as you would gain benefit. Like, that's just my thought, though. I don't really know the ins and outs of the industry or anything.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. And I think that's where they're heading. I think they just can't do it overnight. I think their plan is to get rid of Xbox Live. They even changed the name of the service.
Xbox Network.
Yeah, it's just called Xbox Network now, and like I think that's where we're heading, you know.
Like if you paid an Xbox Network fee and it was $15 a month and it gave you Game Pass and all that shit, like I would totally buy that, you know? I feel like
For sure.
put it all under the same umbrella, you know?
Yeah. What you got, Brent?
Okay, Rocket League is finally coming to iOS and Android, but this isn't a port of the original game. Rocket League Sideswipe was made from the ground up for mobile, offering faster matches designed for touchscreen controls. It's just like its big sibling, the new game from Psyonix will be completely free. It'll even have something to keep competitive players engaged. Later this year, Rocket League Sideswipe moves to the perspective to the side in order to make it more intuitive on a smaller touch-based screen.
What?
It looks kind of cool if you look at it. It looks like
the whole field.
It looks like iDarb or something kind of almost.
Okay.
You
So
know?
it's like a 2D game?
It's like a 2D game.
That makes sense.
It looks cool. Like it's different, but I think I can still see it being fun. It looks like it's going to be a lot more easy to like pick up and play though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Than regular Rocket League.
Yeah, one of our viewers was talking about the pricing of the Xbox. They said they should drop it to the Nintendo's price for their online service.
Yeah, I would be okay with that
But
too. Because
look at how shitty the Nintendo online service is, though. You know, and I think the money that like whenever PS3's online was free, it was horrible. It was bad.
I was gonna bring that up.
That's
sure.
why they started charging, is because they were like, well, if we're gonna have to, you know, maintenance this thing and keep it going and stuff, we're gonna need money, guys. You know.
I'll be real with you though. I'd rather have horrible free infrastructure than pay money for decent infrastructure.
No.
That's just me personally.
Absolutely not.
You know.
Can you imagine just trying to play an online game and it just craps out every 2
I
seconds?
can imagine it because I play on PC pretty much all the fucking time. I personally like the fact that like it doesn't cost anything to play on PC multiplayer. Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's no like grand infrastructure or anything. Every game has their own servers or whatever.
Well, that's because it's like open source and shit.
I'm just saying it's possible without all the kerfuffle. You know, everybody just wants to make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Welcome to America.
Yeah.
No, but anyways, so Reggie Fils-Aimé has retired from GameStop's board of directors just 1 year after he joined the company. Fils-Aimé is one of 8 directors who are set to retire from the board at GameStop's 2021 annual meeting. The remaining board members will largely be made up of directors relatively new to the board, with many of the company's more established directors leaving along with Fils-Aimé. Best known as the former Nintendo of America president, Fils-Aimé joined the GameStop board of directors in March 2020. He joined the board at the same time both as veteran retail business executive Bill Simon and PetSmart CEO J.K. Samanchak. As part of a company reshuffle. All 3 of them will formally quit the company at the GameStop 2021 annual meeting.
Reggie walks in like, you guys should sell GPUs. I'm out.
I don't understand why, I guess they're leaving because they know there's really nothing they can do at this point, but
because they don't want to be on the blimp while it's burning, fucking falling out of the sky.
That's true. It's not, I mean... Reggie's set. He's retired. He doesn't even have to do anything.
I feel like that was almost like philanthropy, like a.
Yeah, you're a
philanthropy.
Yeah, I feel like he just wanted to like do something right in the world, you know. So he tried to fix GameStop.
So why PetSmart CEO LMAO? Yeah, like
because PetSmart's doing so good. I mean,
are they?
I don't think they're doing bad, but I mean, I wouldn't look at them as a model retail.
Yeah, he probably walked in and was like, I can handle this. He's like, I handle the animals all day. And then they were like, yeah, we're dying. And he was like, peace out, brother. And they just went right back to PetSmart.
Reggie goes over to PetSmart just like,
you got any more news?
No, actually I do. I have news.
Wow, he found some.
The Final Fantasy XI reboot that was in joint development with Nexon and Square Enix has officially been canceled.
Whoa.
Originally announced in 2015 and scheduled for a 2016 launch, the reboot was planned for release on mobile platforms, but the long-delayed game is no more.
Dang.
Yeah, so there you go.
Oh, dang.
So I'm going to kind of jump through this stuff quickly, but apparently Nintendo has posted a reminder that Super Mario 3D All-Stars will be harder to come by after March 31st, 2021 when it goes into the vault.
Those dicks.
Yeah, so basically you won't be able to buy it once it hits like the vault date. They're going to leave like what physical copies are still out there. So you'll still be able to buy them after March 31st.
They just go to store to store, burning all the remaining copies.
They just burn down all the Walmarts and the GameStops.
Throw them in a big pile.
Burning the books, man. But, okay, so yeah, if you want to get that, get it while you still can. But then... a group of core members from the Rainbow Six Siege team, including its ex-creative director, will lead a new Amazon game studio they will lead a new Amazon game studio that's working on a AAA online multiplayer title based on a new IP. The founding members of the unnamed studio include Luc Bouchard, Xavier Marquise, Alexandre Remy, and Romain Remoque, all of whom worked to make Rainbow Six Siege a reality. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I wonder what Amazon Studios has got up their sleeves. It's got to be better than that last thing.
Well, I don't know. I mean, fuck, man. It's weird that they would get Rainbow Six Siege people and put them on fucking...
An online
MMO.
I mean, so is
it
didn't say MMO. It just said an online game.
I thought it said MMO for some reason.
No, it said online multiplayer title based on new IP, which means it could be like Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six is great. I mean, Rainbow Six Siege has stood the test of time, too. When did that come out? Like 2013 or something?
Yeah, it was a while
and
back.
It's still like a fucking...
But they did like a full overhaul of it.
True. They did. It's come along. I mean, they do a pretty decent overhaul like every year almost. Like the graphics and shit look completely different now.
Yeah.
But it has withstood the test of time for sure.
The test of time. And then finally, the Ninja Gaiden Master Collection team was, quote, unable to salvage, end quote, code for the original versions of Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, meaning it had to include the newer Sigma versions of those games. That also means that we'll likely never see new versions of Ninja Gaiden Black or Ninja Gaiden 2 outside of their original Xbox home.
Wow.
Speaking to IGN, head of Team Ninja, Fumihiko Yasuda explained the choice of the Sigma editions in Master Collection. I'm not going to read all that, but basically he said they lost the original code for those games.
That's just one more reason why we shouldn't be doing away with all these digital storefronts, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Got to keep the archives around.
Got to keep the archives. You can't just be burning the books.
We've
We've learned this. Do we not remember World War II? Do we not remember Hitler, Sony? Do we not? No, we're just kidding. We just start calling.
Jumping up a couple pegs there.
This is exactly the same thing. No, just kidding. No, but yeah, we were canceled. But
Good thing we don't work for Disney.
God.
Okay.
I heard The
Anyways.
Mandalorian's great, but Outriders is coming to PS4, Xbox One. Oh, by the way, we're doing this week's releases where I'm going to let you guys know which brand new games are coming out in the next 7 days. Sorry.
Do we want to try the window?
No, don't even mess with it this week.
Okay.
Next week we'll probably have like video. There's barely anything coming out. There's like 7 games tops, but next week we'll just because we don't want our
Everything's going
stream to
good.
explode. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just so you guys know, Outriders is coming to PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series S and X, and PS5 and PC on April 1st for $59.99 or on Game Pass. If you're
I'm so excited about that it's coming to Game Pass.
Me too. Outriders is a 1 to 3 player drop-in, drop-out co-op shooter set in an original dark and desperate sci-fi universe. It has like very Gears of War type gameplay, apparently.
Yeah, like taking cover and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. And then we got Carrier Command 2 coming to PC on April 1st. Couldn't find a price, but Carrier Command 2 is the real-time strategy game that puts you in command of a futuristic carrier capable of deploying a vast array of aircraft and amphibious units. Units. And then we got Ease 8? Yeah, I don't know Roman numerals. Yeah, Ease 8 coming. Lacrimosa of Donna. Coming to Stadia on April 1st for $59.99. I hope you guys are having fun over there. Ease returns with a brand new adventure for the first time in 8 years. I'm talking about the people on Stadia, by the way. Adul awakens shipwrecked and stranded on a cursed island. There, he and the other shipwrecked passengers he rescues from a village form a village to challenge fearsome beasts and mysterious ruins on the isolated island.
You say his name was Adele?
Adul.
Oh.
There's Adol.
I thought we were just setting fire to the rain over
And once again, we have a Hitler reference here. It's Adolf without the F. Literally spelt like that.
Oh, jeez.
And then we have Dungeons and Puzzles coming to Switch on April 1st for $9.99. Dungeons and Puzzles is a 2D spatial logic and ability switch puzzle game, whatever that means.
Take control of Adolf. No, I'm just kidding.
Solve the puzzle. No, I'm just kidding. No, you have to think about what kind of ability needs to be used in every step. Kill all monsters and reach the exit to clear the level. I knew where you're going, though, Brent. Well, we're just gonna have to stop this episode. No, I'm just kidding.
Scrap the whole thing.
Yeah, scrap it. This never happened. It was live. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is coming to Stadia on April 1st for however much that game costs at this point. But this Resident Evil sequel once again puts players face to face with unimaginable terror and survival horror gameplay. And then we have The Legends of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 3 coming to Stadia on April 1st. Couldn't find a price, but Trails of Cold Steel 3 invites players into a world full of intrigue and excitement. Embark on a whirlwind tour through the never-before-seen lands of the recently expanded Erebonian countryside and encounter fresh faces as well as old friends familiar to fans of the series. Okay. Then we have Star Wars Republic Commando coming to PS4 and Switch on April 6th for $14.99. A dark and intense FPS in which you are a commando in the Republic during the Clone Wars. And then we have Oddworld Soulstorm coming to PS4, PS5, and PC on April 6th for $59.99. Witness Abe's horrifying conflict with a terrifying new machination in Oddworld Soulstorm, a big visual and cinematic leap for the franchise that aims to break new ground for Oddworld. Yeah, but it's not going to do that. And but that was the last game that's coming out.
I feel like Oddworld took a step back after Xbox. Like, Xbox came out and they had the Munch's Odyssey or whatever, and that game was sick.
It was dope, yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, we're back to, like, side-scrolling again with Oddworld. It's like, what happened?
I don't think it sold enough on the Xbox, so, like, they didn't have as much of a budget. You know, they didn't have people behind them.
I just wish they would have gone that direction with future games, you know? I get it. Like, I think you're right. But it just sucks.
They should have stuck with the 3D platformer or like the Ratchet and Clank type gameplay. Anyways, that's it for this week's releases. Just so you guys know, games with gold for Xbox One, for Xbox One and Series X, you can get Vikings: Wolves of Midgard from April 1st through 31st for free. Truck Racing Championship from April 16th through April 15th for free. And then Dondra is still available till... No, that game's not available anymore. Sucks to suck. And then we have for the Xbox 360, you got Dark Void coming to April 1st through the 15th, and then Hardcore Uprising coming April 16th through the 31st. Man, these free games are trash on Xbox, and they have been for a while.
Yeah, PlayStation's been doing good, but they always announce their shit at the last second. So.
Yeah, so you won't see that. Brent will have it next week, right? Yeah, so... we're going to jump on over to currently playing. We're about to talk about what we've been playing over the past week, and you guys can drop it in the stream chat if you'd like, and we'll talk with you about what you've been playing. But Devin, you want to start? You've been playing anything?
Yeah. So right before last week's episode, I got Half-Life Alyx.
Oh yeah.
And I've been having a fucking ball with it.
Nice. Did you beat it yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I'm savoring it.
You got to walk around every little detail of the level.
Oh,
that's the best way to play the game.
Yeah, I know. I look in every nook and cranny for the little upgrade things.
If you're not throwing rocks at birds and shit as you walk by, then you're not playing the game right.
I haven't done that, but I did tickle a monster for a grenade.
Oh, hell yeah.
Did you know you could do that?
What my trick with the monsters is I look away from them and I make them think I'm not I'm not, and then I just reach over and snatch it
Yeah. So I was I snatched it the first time and I was like, oh, okay. And then I looked down and for no reason, this little arm monster that regurgitates these grenades. It has just this belly. And I was like, no fucking way. And I bent down and I was like, oh, Gucci, Gucci, Gucci. And it opened up its hand and let me take the grenade.
Really?
Yeah, it opens up and lets you take the grenade.
I was trying to juke them the whole time.
Well, you can do that too. But I guess if you're too slow, you can tickle their stomach and it'll open up. And I was like, all right. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Man, there's so many cool details in that game. Did you feed the little bug monster at the beginning when you go by him? You can put food in his little jar and he'll go for it and shit. It's kind of crazy.
No, I tried to kill him.
Also, I like the liquid in the bottles. When you pick up a bottle and you swish it around and look at the liquid inside of it, it's the coolest fucking thing.
Or when the health larvae gets squished in the tube.
I almost feel bad for them, dude. You know? Those little poor bugs.
Devin's a psychopath.
They scream when you kill them. They're like, wah!
They do.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I want to play that.
Yeah, it's badass. Other than Half-Life Alyx, just Warzone, I think. Yeah, and I was gone all weekend, so I didn't play much. Just Half-Life Alyx and Warzone.
Yeah.
But I'm loving Half-Life Alyx.
Heck
that shit is fucking dope.
Man.
It's been a busy week for me, so I've only played Warzone, but I do have to say, if Anthony listens to this podcast, he was so butthurt because we were playing Warzone. We got a dub. All right, so he was playing with us, all right? Anthony's got the top kills in any match out of all of us, besides Devin probably, but he has 14 kills on a match, and so
no, he does not.
Yeah, so you have the most, right?
Yes.
How many
on a dub or
on just on a Warzone in general?
17.
Okay, 17. Yeah, you just got beat out. So we were playing.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so he drops off and we go into a trios match. It's me, Tyretus, and Hans, and his name is Makuna Kid in the Discord in the game. But anyway, so we get a dub, and Byram gets 20 kills.
Damn.
All right, he got the 2-0, and me and Hans got 7, 5 or 6 or something like that, somewhere around there.
God damn.
Wasn't much, but
killed a fuckload of people, dude.
Oh yeah, dude, we went in right when Anthony hopped off, which was bad news. But
was
yeah,
this on regular Warzone?
Yeah, regular Warzone. This is
yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, it was dope, dude. We went in. That was I think our second dub that day too. So or no, it might have been the first. I can't remember.
My 17 wasn't even a dub. I think it was third or second.
Really?
So yeah, I don't half-ass claim. I think my highest dub kill count is 15.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, that's all I've really played this week. I didn't have much time. But Brent, what'd you play?
Dubs are always nice.
Let's see. I played a little bit of Cyberpunk. And I played Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered a little bit.
How's it feel going back to that? Like after
It's-
playing like Valhalla and all that
Well,
stuff.
it's weird, man. It's mainly the controls because they did a great job making it look like a modern game. Like graphically, it looks
Yeah.
really good, but like it's weird because like in the other ones, like you don't hold the right trigger to climb, you hold A or something like that. So it's like you're holding the trigger to climb walls and stuff. It just feels really weird, like and kind of dated. But also, it's a little bit of fun. I don't know. It's one of the better like Assassin's Creed games in my opinion.
Three was one of my favorites,
It was really good. I like the story. I like the setting. You know.
even if it was a little ridiculous.
Yeah. Then I played a little bit of Octopath Traveler.
Nice. Oh yeah, that's on Game Pass now.
Yeah, I was gonna play it on Game Pass, but then I was like, fuck it. I paid so much money to get it on Switch. I might as well just play it on Switch. You know what I mean? So I started it up on Switch, and I've been playing as Primrose, and her story is really interesting. If you ever
all of their stories are interesting. I played the 2-hour demo whenever it first came out.
Yeah,
and,
me
like,
too.
Got like into like 3 or 4 of their stories. I remember like at that point, but
It's really interesting. I'm enjoying it a lot. I kind of want to play it on computer, but it's like I wish I could have my save file go between both systems. You know what I
that would
mean?
be tight. If it says play anywhere, then it does cloud save.
Really?
Or,
Even
yeah.
through my Switch? Because that would be
Yeah.
ideal.
Oh, not through your Switch. No, absolutely not. They don't
Aw,
give
man.
a fuck about you over there.
And the other game I've been playing is, and probably the one I've been playing the most this week, is Stardew Valley.
Ooh, you got into Stardew?
Yeah,
I
have you played
that.
this?
I have it. I couldn't get into it. Like,
Oh, it's so good, dude. Holy fuck. It's like, it reminds me of the newest Animal Crossing game, but like
way deeper.
30 times better.
Yeah.
Like, it is so good. Like, fucking.
You know that game was made by one guy.
Really?
One guy, and he spent 5 years making it.
Dude, what a labor of love. Like,
Yeah.
there's so much to it. Like, it's such a fucking big, deep game.
It's
like,
pretty highly regarded.
Yeah.
He made like so much money off of it. Like I remember
he deserves it.
listening to
honestly.
some interview with him where he's just like, yeah, man, I just drive my same beat up car. He's like, it's weird because, you know, like he says like his wife was like going to school, like, and he was like, this was my, like, after she graduated, she was like, all right, chase your dream, do the game, I'll work, and you just stay home and make the game or whatever. And so like he for 5 years just made the game while she worked as like the only person in the house with an income.
Wow. Now
So-
they probably both don't have to work, huh?
No, they don't. Yeah, he made millions. Like,
And that's the coolest part is like him making it by himself. He probably only has to do his cut to Steam or whatever, and then he's just fucking
Oh, yeah, he's
pocketing the rest
balling,
of it, dude. Fuck.
he's balling, and then he made DLC for it and everything.
Yeah, I was about to
so-
say because it's not just the game. There's like different environments you can go to and set your farm up in like the rain or like a island or like all kinds of crazy shit. Like,
Yeah, it's basically if Harvest Moon didn't suck, like at this point.
dude,
yeah.
it is so good, man. It's like everything I wanted Animal Crossing to be for me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
for
I
sure.
love all the little town people. I love harvesting my fucking potatoes and shit. I like finding little secrets all over the island. Like, you'll cut down a tree, and like behind the tree there will be like a shrine you didn't know was there, and it's like, come back on the 3rd day of April, and the shrine will, you know, it's like all kinds of weird shit. And then like another thing that really separates it from Animal Crossing is there's like this dungeon grind aspect where you can like go down in the mines and like, you know, mine for shit, but like you have to fight like slimes and stuff with your little sword, you know what I mean? So
Oh,
there's
that's
like
cool.
a kind of a combat thing to it, but it's all really simple and it's just a fun, relaxing game all around.
It's an escapist game. Like,
Yeah.
or not escape. It's it'd be like a game for people who want to escape.
Yeah, it's not like the game The Escapist,
Yeah,
but
because
it's
nothing like that. But yeah, so
Uh,
that's all you've been playing.
yeah, that's what I've been playing.
I do have one more. That's kind of a big deal because I forgot to. I was like looking forward to telling you about this.
Hentai VR does not count, Devin.
Come on.
Just kidding. You know it's the only
Um,
thing I got.
No, I fucked around with xCloud.
Oh,
nice,
Yes.
yeah.
And after, my phone's dead. We gotta get my phone on the charger while we're doing. I'll show you all after, but yeah, it was a lot better than expected.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, I played a couple different titles, just a little bit here and there, just to get a good feel.
Is the Master Chief Collection on there?
Yes.
No way.
I played it. Yes, I played a game of
Oh
Halo.
my
I played
gosh.
a multiplayer game of Halo 2.
Oh, you play multiplayer?
Yeah, and the lag is like insignificant.
So you
Holy
didn't feel
shit.
it didn't feel bad when you were
Well,
playing multiplayer at all?
It was on my Wi-Fi, but
Well, yeah.
I have yet to try it on LTE, or like a mobile network.
Yeah.
But it was good.
Can you imagine?
Dude, that's
It was good, and
cool.
it was pretty damn low latency. I don't know if that's because, but again, I don't know if that's because of my internet or not.
Yeah. I mean,
but-
if you could play a multiplayer game on it without any like noteworthy issues, then I say you can pretty much play anything. You
I
know
mean,
what
obviously there's slightly more ping than normal. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
but it's a phone.
It's a fucking. Yeah.
And you're play, and it's not like you have to download it. It's
Yeah.
all straight from the cloud.
See, for
Yeah.
me, I just want to play like single player RPGs and like Forza
Yeah.
Horizon or something.
You just
know
pop
what I
out
mean?
pop out your little controller, and then you're good to go.
Oh,
Well, that's
dude.
why. So Samsung is releasing a second or maybe third iteration of their Fold, and I'm seriously considering getting it
That's tight, man.
Yeah, that would be cool.
and being able to play on a big ass screen like anywhere.
I
I
know
think
they
I
have
saw
those-
Asus is making a phone.
Really?
Yeah,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
that's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like a video game phone.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be trash, but
yeah,
I
it could
don't
be
know.
trash because they're a new entry unless they partner up with a phone maker that's already been in the game.
I'm sure
like
it's an Android.
The UI. Well, but an Android only refers to using
To the OS, yeah, but
and even then that OS can vary greatly.
true.
So,
But yeah, I don't know where you have a block. Oh, okay. But all right. So we're done with currently playing. If you aren't in the stream chat and you want to let us know what you've been playing, you listen to the audio at home, just hop on over to the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast, or on the YouTube video of this and drop it, and we'll talk with you about it. But so we're gonna jump on over to the topic of the show. Today's topic of the show is the worst video game remakes, reboots, and remasters. Now, I didn't think I was going to have a lot.
The more you think of this is one
Yeah.
of those. The more you think about it, the more you like kind of just.
Yeah, the more pops up in my head.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's start off with Brent. I'm sure you have more than everyone. You always have more than
I don't
everybody
know
else.
about more than everybody else, but I got some here.
yeah, I have the least to contribute to this because I'm always very weary of reboots.
Or
and remakes.
maybe it should be Devin, because since he doesn't have much, you might get one that he
Yeah,
has.
go ahead and
you know?
kick it
Yeah.
off for us, Devin.
So the only one that I can remember that was like outwardly bad was the Medal of Honor. The Medal of Honor
Oh
reboot.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
awful.
2010, like-
the one
Oh,
where
I
they tried
forgot
to
that
go
was a
Modern
reboot.
Warfare
Yeah.
with it. Like, yeah,
and-
that was awful.
And so like I had to Google it and see, and like all the remakes and reboots that I have played, I enjoyed. But I always do a lot of research beforehand just to avoid shitty games.
yeah.
Yeah, there's no
so
excuse to play a bad game today. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Like,
so much information. And
There's literally every review in the world. You can go on Rotten Tomatoes.
I feel like you can't always count on these reviewers, man.
Well,
like,
I don't
people will just be giving fucking shitty scores to great games and vice versa.
But
Well, I
watch
typically
gameplay.
read. Yeah, I typically read like the ones that aren't like some obvious like, dude, like game bad, stupid. It's like I paid $10 for this trash. Like if it's like one that goes in depth about why they don't like it. That's.
I don't put stock into reviews 99% of the time. Like, and that's why I like services like Game Pass and shit, because I
Yeah,
can try these
you can
games
try it.
without the risk. You know what I mean?
Well, I watch a lot more gameplay than I watch like
Yeah.
hard reviews.
Well, that too.
I'll just look at the gameplay and like decide, yeah, this looks, I want to jump back into this, or like,
Yeah.
nah, I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, Medal of Honor is the only, and y'all might say one that I've played and just forgot about, but I
Couldn't think.
looked and just to refresh my mind.
Medal of Honor is a good one. I have that on mine too.
Yeah, it was a garbaggio game. But I did play the multiplayer on it for a while. I played that game a lot.
I
Really?
played it
Yeah.
a little bit too, but I mean it wasn't
Yeah.
good.
Oh man, I couldn't stand it.
It wasn't too bad. What's it say? It says reviews are trash. Jujutsu best movie ever. What?
Oh, the jujitsu movie with what was that?
With Nicolas Cage? That
Was it-
movie? All right, I don't know what he's talking about.
I think it was some movie that had like some. Did it have like some robot looking thing in it? It was some off the wall movie that y'all talked about.
I don't know.
Jiu-jitsu. Hold on, I gotta.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
yeah. Don't do it.
Yeah, let's just move
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Don't tell us in the chat. Tell us in the chat what jujitsu is. But anyways, or maybe I should, because you got more. So let me go first.
Maybe not anymore. I have that probably knocked me down to like 5 or something like that. It doesn't matter.
Okay. It's up to you. All right. Well, then I'll just go. Conquer Live and Reloaded. I have to bring that up because it censored the game. Like all the cursing and stuff was censored because Microsoft now owned it, at this point, and they didn't want to get in trouble for whatever reason. They thought this was a better way to sell the game was to censor all the cursing and, kind of, I don't know, I guess water it down a little bit, in my opinion. The graphics looked great, but
that's like the only redeeming factor that game had.
That they took away the multiplayer that existed in the N64 game, which was Total War and Colors and all that stuff. It was so good. The multiplayer is what made that game.
Yeah,
and then
they replaced it with like a generic shitty fucking
online, like a generic Xbox Live. And that's because Xbox Live had just came out at that point, and they were like, we got to make something for it. And it's like, why didn't you just make Colors Xbox Live? Make the original multiplayer on Xbox Live. It would have been so good.
Another big issue I have with Conquer Live and Reloaded is like there are parts in the original game that were like kind of hard or too difficult, and like rather than rework those parts for the remake, like they just fucking cut them out of the game entirely. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Which part were you talking about?
There's a part where you're like underwater and you're like have to collect all these like air bubbles and shit, and like they just
with the fans and stuff.
They just completely cut that out of the fucking like the Live and Reloaded, and like other things like that too. Like it's not just that. Like rather than rework things, they just were like, "Fuck it, that's too hard.
Just take it out."
Just take it out.
Which is very upsetting. Conquer Live and Reloaded was definitely a stain on the whole. Well, it's not a franchise, just the one game.
And fuck the rare replay version of Conquer too, just for the record. While we're here, you know what I mean?
Because the controls just don't work.
Yeah,
like it just doesn't work.
It's a shame. They've had so many opportunities to have like a Conquer reboot or revamp, and it just never works out the way I want it to.
Exactly. Anyways, what you got, Brent?
Okay, my next one is a reboot. It is the 2011 GoldenEye 007.
That was one of mine.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That was so bad.
It was so bad, dude. First of all,
it was just Call of Duty.
It was just Call of Duty. Second of all, they fucking put this weird stealth thing in the game that doesn't even make sense, and it's not relevant. And like the level design is totally different from the original game. We don't have Pierce Brosnan anymore. It's fucking Daniel Craig.
Yeah, because they lost the license. Daniel Craig.
Fucking Craig.
Fucking Craig.
Yeah.
All in all, bad game.
Yeah, definitely bad. Felt nothing like the OG.
Yeah, it didn't capture that magic from the original. Like, literally, you could have just made the original with better graphics and modern controls, and everybody would have ate that shit up. You know?
It was like they just took Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and then they were like, it's 007 now, though.
Yeah, it was a bad attempt at modernizing it.
I feel like every game around that time tried to be Call of Duty, though. So like that's the same thing with the game you mentioned, Medal of Honor. They were like, yeah, it's just Call of Duty. But
yeah, because that came out in 2010, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So my next one is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD.
Yep, that's on mine too.
I had a lot of fun with this game, but it was a really bad remake, especially when it first came out because they had to patch in the revert option. So like you couldn't do reverts, which
it didn't come out until the DLC for the so they put in a DLC pack for like Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 where they added like 3 levels from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. But they also added mechanics from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3
with the revert. Yeah. And the revert's very important. Like if you nowadays you can't just have a Tony Hawk game without revert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like how you chain together your combos, Like what the fuck are you supposed to do? How are you going to hit these crazy combos for 3 and stuff? But anyways, they just didn't have it right off the jump, and they should have like updated some of the challenges and stuff like that.
And it says Tony Hawk HD, but honestly, the graphics were not up to par with modern standards at that point.
No,
like it came out in like the Xbox 360, PS3 era, and like it just looked like trash. Like it didn't look like an updated version of the game. Like it looked like just the old game, just haphazardly thrown onto the new console. You know what I mean?
For sure. It did have the good music though. Some of it. Most of it.
A little bit of it. It was only 7 levels from Tony Hawk 1 and 2. It wasn't even all the levels.
Yeah, they're just like, let's just mix a couple of them together, and then it's good to go. Anyways, Brent, what you got?
Okay, my next one is a reboot. It is 2014's Thief.
Ooh.
Did you guys play Thief?
I never played Thief.
From
Did not-
2014.
No, I did not.
So Thief wasn't a bad looking game, graphics were all there, you know what I mean? But it just was missing something. Like the story was whack, okay? The level design was whack.
His clothes. What?
It just wasn't all there, it had the bones of a great game without any of the meat.
I
You know what
I remember it being a bad game. I remember that being a big deal, because people were excited about it,
Yeah.
and then it was bad. I actually watched. I told you guys about that YouTube channel, Gamers or whatever, with a V for instead of an A, where they do these crazy David Attenborough level documentaries on the history of certain games and stuff. And they did one over Thief about why it was bad, what happened during the developments and stuff like that. So if you're ever interested in why that game was not,
Yeah, I would actually really like to see that.
but
Because the original was highly regarded as one of the better games ever.
yeah, it was
at that point.
Oblivion,
Yeah.
not Oblivion level, but it was
It was.
Elder Scrolls
It was a
level.
big deal. Yeah, it was Elder Scrolls level for sure.
Yeah, so people were psyched, and then they got screwed. But my next one is 13, the remake that they did. Yeah.
I personally haven't played this game, but I've met so many people who have had problems with this. You know, I'm in a game group, and this guy was posting these videos.
Wow, Brent, are you cheating on us?
I am.
Wow.
What is?
I'm cheating
Whoa,
on
what?
you. But look, this guy was posting these videos, and fucking basically everything about that game is broken. You fall in the water, you clip through the whole level, everything, the frame rate's off, the
You
shit's
guys
all
don't
glitchy.
like to clip?
Everybody's T-posing. It's just really, really bad.
Yeah. Also, it went from cell shaded to this really shitty style, that looks nothing like the original game. They made that chick in the bathing suit just look really weird.
Yeah. And that's my thing. It's the cell shading looks so good on the original game. You could have just remastered this one and not remade it from the ground up, and it would have been fine.
For
you know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah. What's your next one, Brent?
Let's see. We've done a lot of mine already. Let's see. Medal of Honor. Oh, that's it. I've already done
That's
all
all of
mine.
yours?
Yeah, sorry. I had
Okay.
Tony Hawk and Medal of Honor and 13 and Conquer.
There's not too many that were just horrible. That's I think that's why it was tough to do.
I can think of one though, right off the top of my head. Perfect Dark Zero. Now, it's not technically it's
a reboot.
It's a reboot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
but I had fun with it.
I did too, but that does not make it a good game.
Yeah, it was a
So
bad
when I was
game.
Googling it, that one came up top of the list. on a bunch
Perfect
of
Dark Zero, it just takes me back to when I first got my 360
Me
and just
too.
having so much fun.
I'm telling you, we had so much fun with
they
that
had the
game.
katanas.
Putting mines everywhere, sniping and shit. It was a good time for a kid,
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it's rose-colored glasses.
For sure.
Really.
For
you know?
sure. My final one is Cell Damage HD.
Oh my god!
It's trash. Literally,
just hearing that makes me mad.
literally what I wrote is to the side of it, because I wrote a little bit of why each game was bad. This one just says, what the fuck is this trash? No, there's no more kill animations. So they literally got rid of what made it so interesting, because you'd kill somebody and it's like a cartoon. They'd slice in half, or they if you
get
hit them with the
flattened,
axe, or they
yeah.
get flattened and
And
stuff.
then they'd have some cell damage.
Yes, there'd be some cell damage, but in this HD, remake of it, or remaster, I guess, all that happens is everybody just explodes. Once their damage hits a certain amount, they just explode.
The whole feel of the gameplay changed. Back in the old game, you're flying around, chopping people in half, really fast paced.
Shooting spears into them, and they'd stick to the wall
Yeah.
and boom, boom, boom.
They would stick to the wall, dude.
And you cut sheep in half, and you'd see the little ham look inside, the cartoon ham inside. But no, you cut them and they just explode. Even the sheep explode. I'm what is this fucking joke?
And it's a point thing in the new game. You shoot each other and you take forever to die. In the old games, you would insta die. It just
depending on what you got hit by.
Yeah.
It was if it was a weapon that was an insta hit, with the spear. If you got hit with the spear, you were dead.
Yeah, but you had to be good with the spear. You had to time your shots perfectly. Or there's a little punching thing. It was so good, and
man, I missed that game.
And what's really fucked up is aesthetically, it looks about the same.
Yeah.
When you first look at it, you're like, this is gonna be great, and then you boot up the game, and it's just like, what in the fuck is going on here?
It's weird. It's weird because I got got to experience. I saw some kid like talking about it on YouTube. Was like, oh, this game is so awesome, and it was like a kid that had never played the original. And I was like, you don't even fucking know, child.
Dude, that's such a shame because, like, we used to have so much fun. We'd have, like, friends over. We'd all be sitting there playing this shit. It was like OG Battle Royale. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Good times. Good times.
You see my lack of frustration here?
Yeah.
Because I do my research.
For sure. But, yeah, that's it for the topic of the show this week, guys. We're going to jump on over to the People's Champ. Brent,
yes.
Pick one of these champions for us.
The champion of the people. Yes.
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 Yo, what's up, Gigantor?
What up, Tate?
6505. You don't know shit about SpongeBob. Wait, are you talking about Battle for Bikini Bottom? Or no. What was the one that just came out? They did a remake. It was Battle for Bikini.
Yeah, it was Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Rehydrated is what it was called. Was it not hydrating enough for you? But
Okay.
Brent, who is it?
I'm going to give the People's Champ this week to Heather Thorso. She says, if you could turn one TV show into a game, which would it be?
Oh, that's tough.
I need a second.
That's a tough one, right?
Yeah, you can't just
that's
throw
a good
that
one.
at
I
us.
should have thought about it a little bit.
That's a good one.
Oh, Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer would be a dope game.
Hell yeah.
Like if you just played through like as a Demon Slayer, but like in an RPG, you don't play as, the main dude. You just play as like a random Demon Slayer, and you go through the that shit.
What about that Witcher 3 show? No, I'm just kidding.
I was like,
Wait
a minute.
I don't know. Mandalorian would be cool. I guess you already have Star Wars Bounty Hunter, but I'm talking about
we need another one.
I need that 1313. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I think 1313 would be way better than Mandalorian. I'm gonna be
think?
real. Yes, Mandalorian is just too kid friendly. Like
I want an R-rated Mandalorian video game.
all my children, but you're causing all the deaths. What? I like that one. Okay. What was it, Brent? So Mandalorian. Devin, you got anything?
I'm trying not to just. What first came to mind was like Game of Thrones RPG. Something in the Game of Thrones universe.
They did a Game of Thrones Telltale game.
Yeah, it was pretty good too. A lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it.
But that's. I mean, we got so many medieval RPGs. Like,
Plus, you got George R.R. Martin working on that other fucking game right now.
What kind of shows do you watch, Devin?
I mean, random
you watch
shit.
like a bunch of anime.
Yeah,
right?
I do watch a bunch of anime, and then I'm going back to, you know what? Fucking I don't know. I'll just go with Game of Thrones RPG. I'm
Okay.
fucking boring.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
You got
think
Game
of
of
a really
Thrones,
good one, though.
Demon Slayer, and Mandalorian.
I'm gonna come up with a better one. I just need more time to think.
I
on
like
that.
Yeah, keep thinking on it.
like
We can go back to it.
Okay.
Now we're just going to the listener questions, which
Just
are
the plain old boring ass. No, I'm just kidding.
no. You guys,
Just
you guys mean a lot to us.
Yeah, we love you.
You listeners.
We got Chad McLean here.
Now
Bringing
watchers.
the pain. Chad McLean.
Ooh, Chad McLean.
He says, "How many times do you poop a day? I'm starting to get worried."
Oh, wait. Worried for yourself or for us?
Maybe both.
Yeah, I want to know how many times Chad poops if he's worried. Like,
Is he
we should-
pooping too much?
how many times is too many?
Does it never stop? Yeah,
I poop
no,
like 17 times a day. It's just getting out of hand.
God. Can you imagine how raw your asshole would be at that point? Like,
You'd have to invest in like a bidet.
no, you'd be wiping like you literally have no butthole left.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, oh my goodness.
We're talking about on a regular diet, post
High
Chipotle or
fiber.
Taco Bell.
I'm gonna say it just it depends. It used to depends.
Depends.
Yeah, it used to be like twice. Now it's just one a day. I don't know. My diet changed a lot though.
I usually poop like one time a day, maybe two. If
One solid,
if it's
one
crazy.
solid.
If
maybe
it's a crazy day.
If it's a crazy day, bro.
If I've been eating a lot. Like,
And-
this is such a weird question to talk about.
Well,
Hey,
Chad,
man,
I hope you get that figured out.
yeah. Let us know in the stream chat how many times you poop a
You might want to
day.
consult your doctor on that one. Yeah.
Okay, we got Aaron Jones here. He says,
Jonesy.
Do you think you poop more than? No, I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
We just have like 50 questions about poop.
No, he says, do you think 2022 will be a stacked year with gaming, with all the delays announced on top of releases already slated or rumored for next year?
Yeah,
You know,
maybe.
I'm calling it right. I want to call something right now.
Okay.
Half of the games that have been delayed for 2022 are going to get pushed back even further.
Mm.
Just with all the shortages of everything and the way shit's going, I could see at least half of them getting pushed back even further
I think even if half of them get pushed back,
Somebody said the screen is black.
on Twitch.
Oh, on Twitch. I'm sorry over there on Twitch. We're almost at the end of the show. I hope you can hear us, but
Damn,
you know,
sorry about that.
yeah, we'll have to next week. We're gonna have this down. We
Better
we
knock
say
on
that like
fucking wood or
every week. Yeah.
something.
We apologize over there. You know,
Hey, we made some
Mr.
big
Noob,
progress
Mrs.
this week.
Noob, whoever that is. Yeah, we definitely made some growth. If you can't see us there, you should hop on over to facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast or youtube.com/createforsanity, and the video's working just fine over there.
Yeah.
The water's fine.
Anyways, but yeah, I do think it'll probably be a stacked year.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's not going to be, just because we're going to have a lot of those games that got delayed get undelayed. You know, say undelay. You know, it's going to be happening faster than you think.
God, dude.
YouTube gang. Drive by Joe says YouTube gang.
YouTube gang.
Join us over
Gang
there,
gang.
noob.
My prediction is that December of this year to like March of next year is going to be wild. They're just going to be dropping mad shit.
I mean, I want.
Yeah.
I
How
want
many
2022.
shits a day, though? Like, just kidding.
I want 2022 to be an amazing year, but I'm at this point, you know, I'm more pessimistic about things now. You know,
I'm trying to be optimistic.
Yeah.
I think 2022 is going to be a good year for VR.
I fucking hope it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Chad's
Yo, what up, noob? Thank you for coming back, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you jumping over to YouTube after we just like had a shit storm over on Twitch. But yeah, that's awesome. Welcome. Yeah, so
Okay. So we got Jason Domican here.
ooh, what's
He
up?
says, "Do you think Xbox
Oi.
will ever put 100% effort into VR or just leave it for PC?"
Nope.
I think it'll come to console eventually. I think they're playing with our you know, our brains right now. They're playing with our heads because they keep on saying like it's not coming. It's not coming. Like, why are they bringing that up so much? You know what I'm saying?
I think that I really think that it will come whenever it becomes more popular. I
Yes.
think that it's going to have to take off a little more for Xbox to adopt.
I
know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if the PSVR 2 drops and it's a banger, like they're gonna have to come through. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
I'm sticking with what I said last week, and that I think that if anything, Microsoft will open up support for VR peripherals instead of doing
Yeah.
their own
But
dedicated.
Brent was right though. You can't do Oculus that way.
You could still, yeah, you could put it as an app that's downloadable through the Xbox store. Like, why would you not be able to?
Oh
make
yeah,
it
you
an
can
app?
get the Facebook
Yeah.
app
You can,
on Xbox.
I can play VR on my PC, so why would I not be able to download an app on an Xbox? You know?
Because there's not
Wow.
an app on the Xbox. I
Well,
mean,
that-
not
but-
yet.
No, he's saying why not?
No, that's
yeah,
what
why
I'm saying.
couldn't
They
you
could,
get
if
it?
they were to introduce peripherals, then they could bring
Because I'll tell you why. Because if you put an Oculus app on the Xbox, then Oculus is going to want to put their storefront on their app, and
Oh, yeah,
Xbox
yeah.
isn't going to let there be an Oculus storefront on an Xbox marketplace. Like it's,
For true.
you know.
For true, dog. For true.
That's
Wasn't
just
there-
my theory, anyways.
I'm sticking to it. I think that's more likely than a dedicated Xbox.
Check it out.
VR.
I think if they
Steam
open up,
is coming to Xbox. And then, I'm just kidding.
if
Todd,
Siri-
how much do you think that purchase would be?
that would be
Fuck.
fucking ridiculous, dude.
Another 10 billion.
No,
Like,
100
they're just
billion.
dropping these bills.
If
dude.
Microsoft just owned Steam, they would just basically be fucking China, like fucking.
Nice. Okay, so
Okay, now we got Brian Moctezuma here.
Brian.
He says, "How big is going?"
I don't know if we can talk about this.
It's too big
Enough.
For a shit. No.
for a TV.
Okay, there's never too big for a TV.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
don't-
like
Yeah,
I
as much wall space as you have in
Whatever
your
you can
apartment.
afford.
but it
Yeah.
also depends on the resolution you're going for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So-
okay. If you get so big that 4K doesn't look crispy anymore,
Well, they
then
got
you're
8K,
8K at that
yeah.
point.
yeah, well, you gotta let technology catch up. Unless you got like a 3090, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's true. No, but
yeah,
what
they
about
can do
playing
that.
on like 1440p though? Wouldn't you want like a a different type of TV,
I
then
don't
like
know.
you wouldn't want a giant one.
My main screen that I use is 1440p, like 30 inches, and it's like my baby. I fucking like live on that shit.
I have
You know
a
what I mean?
55-inch Samsung 4K, and it's amazing for my PC. So.
Sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm playing on my TV.
But I'm also
I
not
gotta-
sitting at a. Now I gotta say I'm also not
4K.
sitting at a traditional like desk. I have
Ah.
a mobile. My old desk is like mobile, so I can move it out of the way for VR. So I'm not like sitting like 12 inches from this
Yeah, I'm like
55-inch.
face to face with my shit. You know.
I mean, I'm still
Yeah.
just as close like visually, but yeah, I mean, it really that's a very depends on your scenario, really, what you're trying to
Yeah.
go for.
Big
Big.
150.
Yeah,
Yeah,
immediately I just say whatever you can afford.
Yeah,
Go
get that 400-inch TV.
Get
dude.
as many Ks as you can.
get the
Yeah.
$26,000 8K Sony bullshit.
Yeah.
for sure. Is that it for the question?
That's the question.
Thanks so much for writing in, guys.
Appreciate it, y'all.
We're gonna round out the show now with Brent.
Super crazy fucking challenge. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
I
little
actually
better
had
today.
one written out, like I was gonna say it, but I just wasn't ready.
I hope that didn't clip
We need to clip
in
in
the
a-
audio.
Sorry, I have to do
no,
it
it's-
big for Dylan. You know what I'm saying?
Do me
He expects this, okay?
Yeah, Dylan's awesome. No, I'm just kidding. 'Cause remember last week he thought.
Yes, asshole.
I can't believe we thought you were Dylan.
It's happened so many times, dude.
Yeah,
And
well, get used to it, bro. You're Dylan now. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways.
Okay.
All right, Brent.
Don't look at
let's
my
do
thing.
your fucking challenge.
Oh, are you ready for the challenge, bro?
yeah,
Yeah,
I am actually.
okay.
All right, I got a question.
Okay.
What is a shark's Achilles heel? What would you do
Punch it in the nose.
to stop a shark?
It's not the
Punch
nose.
it in
That's
the
what they
face.
want you to think.
Stab it
It's
in
the
the eyeball.
gills. It's the gills.
No.
It's the eyes.
No.
Gouge the eye.
No. Those probably would all work.
Maybe it's
but
butthole.
That might work too.
That's
I
the
don't
only
know.
thing I could think of. You know, like other than the gills. What is it, man?
Flip it upside down.
What? How'd you know?
Because that's how they put whenever divers are going down. I saw them flip like no sharks and stuff.
You
Oh,
got
okay,
it.
okay. Yeah,
you
yeah.
flip it upside down.
Yeah,
Some
but
sharks can be placed in a tonic state by being flipped.
But
upside
okay,
down.
my question
don't
is,
know if
what
that
are you gonna do if a bull
Yeah, I
shark
don't
comes
know.
in? You're gonna flip it
you
upside
flip
down.
it upside down, dog.
no, I don't know if that works whenever they're flipping out trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Apparently, orcas flip sharks upside down so they can eat them, like while they're fucking. And they flip stingrays upside down. They'll like grab a stingray and then they'll flip themselves upside down. So
Yeah.
the stingray will go into the state of shock and then they can just eat.
Dude,
the stingray.
imagine grabbing
gonna
a
go back in
like
time
a
and-
2-ton great white shark and trying to flip that bitch upside
Actually, it doesn't work with great white sharks.
Oh,
Great
okay.
white sharks are the least susceptible to
Who
this
the fuck-
particular
down. What other
Who tested this?
It's the least
scientists,
susceptible.
dude. They like seriously have explored this.
Like
but
Jim, hey,
apparently-
flip that shark upside down real quick.
It works best on female sharks that are not great white sharks.
Gotcha.
So,
All right, next question. Yeah, I know we got one more in there.
all right, this one's crazy,
All right.
and you only get to answer. You only get one guess at this,
Okay,
okay? Because it's
okay.
like there's only a few possible answers.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
So think
One-
long and hard about your fucking guess.
Okay. Okay.
How many vaginas does a kangaroo have?
2.
What do you guess, Devin?
Well, hold on. I don't know. I'm gonna think. I'm thinking all of the kangaroo anatomy I've ever seen
Yeah.
is running through my head right now. I watched a lot of.
How many
animal-
kangaroo vaginas
I
have
watched
you
a-
seen, Devin?
No, there's something weird with their pouch.
Kangaroo vaginas are just flashing before my eyes.
Well, because the pouch acts as a womb too somehow or something.
We're talking real vagina.
straight
holes.
Well,
vajays.
so I'm just trying to like. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. I'm just thinking about the shit that I do know about a kangaroo.
Yeah.
How many vagines?
Man, I do want to just go with 2 though. Honestly.
2? Okay, it's 3.
Oh,
It's
damn.
3.
We were one off.
They have they have 2 side vaginas to like accept sperm, and then one middle vagina to like spit babies out.
Yeah, the pouch.
So there are
yeah.
3 vaginas. Pretty crazy stuff, right?
Wouldn't have
Wow.
thought about the side vagina.
Do they all have the do they all feel good? Are they all fun vaginas? Not for the men, but for the
I don't
kangaroo.
know about
like
the
is she enjoy-
scientists that like flip the sharks. Probably aren't willing to go flip the kangaroo and find out.
I just mean like, is it like do kangaroos have fun when they fuck? You know?
I don't know. But I do
It's a
know.
serious question.
I do know that all marsupials share this trait. So koalas, wombats, Tasmanian devils, excuse me.
Wow, so Taz...
I told you it was something to do with the pouch. I was
Does
right.
Taz have 3 dicks,
Well, the
though?
pouch isn't one of the vaginas. It doesn't have anything.
That's where the babies come out of.
No, the babies
No?
come out of the vagina and then
Crawl
crawl
into the
up to the
it,
pouch
yeah.
they're the size of a jelly bean upon birth.
There's just too many orifices here. I
Yeah.
don't. Marsupials are fucking weird.
Yeah.
That makes you wonder how many dicks the males have. You know, if they...
That's kind of what I was thinking, dude.
Is it just like a weird,
split dick?
no, it's like it goes around and then there's one in the middle. You know, so there's one here to, and it grabs those 2 vaginas and then it brings it.
Maybe they just have more gangbangs in nature than other animals, you know?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Well,
Welcome to GameSpeak Podcast.
Yeah,
But-
Brent, why don't you Google kangaroo dicks?
No,
See what
don't do it. Don't do
see what
that. Don't
comes
do
up.
that. If you do, the FBI is going to be
If
on
you
it.
guys know anything about kangaroo dicks, put it in the chat.
Remember, though, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on twitch.tv/GameSpeakPodcast next week.
Maybe.
Yeah. YouTube.com/CreateForSanity, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeak every Tuesday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to submit any questions you want us to read on the show to the stream chat or in the Facebook group. And also check out our video content after the live stuff on youtube.com/CreateForSanity. And if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us on Twitter at the handles Aljaffer Jamel, Brent at Brent Has One, and Devin at Devin Dreas. And check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners,